Welcome everyone to 3 Action Game Night. We're your hosts, Mark Seifter.
I'm Logan Bonner. And we have as our first guest here today...
/ victim.
This is Amanda Hammond, who's going to be rolling up... Well, you're going to help her make the first character. She's also a shark.
Please don't make me play a character that thinks it's a shark. Please no. That would be awful. I would hate that.
So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be kind of guiding Amanda through character creation, and then 3 other characters are all going to be coming in after her. Then we're going to bring in Jason Bowman, who's going to be running the adventure, and you are also going to tell him what's in his adventure. Then he's going to have a little bit of time to figure out his adventure, and then he's going to have to run it for them on pretty short notice. So he doesn't know what's going to be in his selection of things, and they don't know yet what they're going to end up playing.
That's right. So for you guys who are watching, there are a few ways that we're going to interact with you. First of all, we had Peyton build up some straw polls. They have a limited list of options. Like, we didn't put every background in the background poll. We didn't put every class in the class poll.
That's mostly just to keep them manageable, so because we're going to be voting on them on a pretty short time frame.
That's right. But every class will appear exactly twice and with every other class. So if your class doesn't get picked the first time, it'll come up again. There's also one other thing to keep in mind for the polls. It won't matter here for Amanda's poll. We'll remind you for the other polls, which is if a class has already been chosen on a previous poll, we will not take it again, even if it is the top choice of a later poll. So your votes are go to waste if you vote for one that's already been chosen. We will tell you which ones those are on the later polls.
So give me the best shark class, guys.
So yeah, to start out, normally we would start by creating a concept. But for this, we have 30 minutes for the stream. We're going to skip ahead for a moment and pick Amanda's class first so that we can give her a handy-dandy character sheet from the character sheet pack that corresponds to the class, and she can start filling it out. So take a look at the Pick Amanda's Class poll, and you should be able to vote for 1 through 6. Oh, yeah, we're seeing the votes coming in already.
All you need to do is just type that number into chat, and your vote will be counted. Looks like Monk is taking an early lead.
Oh, wait, no, Barbarian.
Barbarian's not too bad. I can chomp some people.
So there's a little bit of time left on that poll. Amanda, what are you hoping for? Are you hoping that the fighter is going to surge into the lead here and overtake the front runners?
I don't know. You know what? I'm pretty happy with Barbarian. I have to say that there's a lot of potential for, a little bit of were-shark rage to come into play for Barbarian. So I'm happy with that.
I don't know,
maybe we'll let chat pick your animal, and they'll just be like, you're a mongoose.
I could be that. Yeah. You know what? Mongooses can rage just as well as sharks. They might not do as much damage.
They don't get the respect they deserve.
I think we're definitely going to let the chat do that if it winds up even being an animal instinct. But all right, I feel like now with 75 unique votes, we can confidently call this race for the Barbarian. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it looks good.
All right, so Barbarian wins.
All right, sweet.
So, Logan, if you could give Amanda the Barbarian sheet.
So, here is your Barbarian character sheet.
Okay. Thank you.
You'll see, since this is from the character sheet pack, it's already got some of the basics filled in. And then you're going to get this sheet here for some of your notes, your items. And you're not going to need a spell sheet. So
Rage time, that's right.
So, Amanda, at some points, we're going to be telling you about ability boosts and flaws. What I like to do is just put a little tally mark in penciled, like, to the left side of the ability score if it has a boost, or maybe a minus if it gets flawed or something like that.
Do I get a boost for being an opossum? Can it be an opossum Barbarian?
We don't know yet.
Well, we don't know because the next thing that's going to happen is Twitch is going to pick your ancestry, and this time it has all the ancestry.
There's exactly one thing you can write down now, and that is level 1.
Level 1.
That's true.
So we know that much. All right, 100% chance of being a gnome. All right, pull
so
over
far.
now.
Wait.
Gnome Barbarian?
Yes.
Gnome Opossum Barbarian.
Wait, goblins. Yeah. Goblins are surging.
All right.
Come on.
Gnomes,
so
goblins.
For each of these characters, you're going to have all the ancestries from the core rulebook are going to be available on each of these.
And we are absolutely allowing repeats for the ancestries if you want to make them all be the same thing or some really strange combination.
The backgrounds, none of the backgrounds appear twice because there's a lot of backgrounds and we wanted to keep those lists fairly short. So
this is an amazing
Come on, chat. Let me be a gnome. Let me be a tiny rage gnome.
For another little bit because this is way too close. We can't call it like we could for Barbarian. All right, so...
And we're also going to have chat pick the heritage and the ancestry feat, but we're not going to do a poll for those. We're just going to do those a little more freeform.
Yes.
Come on, chat.
All right. It looks like Goblin
has it.
You know, I could be a goblin.
Yeah.
Goblins have points.
I've got some teeth. I've got some teeth.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So let's flip to the Goblin here.
Yep.
So the first thing we're going to need to do is pick the heritage. And the heritage choices are Charhide, which is, you don't care quite as much about fire. Iron Gut, so you can eat whatever you want. Razor Tooth, so you can have big, sharp, pointy teeth. Snow Goblin, so you can be kind of a frosty goblin. And then Unbreakable Goblin, so you're kind of a little more cartilaginous, so you can bong your head against the floor for, as long as you want.
All right, so the first response I saw from chat said Iron Gut. But then there were a lot that said Razor Tooth after that.
How can I think that I'm a shark? How can I become the were-shark that I always know I've meant to be without being a razor tooth?
Went out of the way over control, even though that one Iron Gut Razor Tooth it is.
All right, so you are a Razor Tooth Goblin.
All right.
So we're gonna have her write down most of the details of all this stuff after the stream.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna have some time in between.
But she can write.
So
Razor
for right
Tooth
now, just write Razor
there.
Tooth down for your under your ancestry and heritage. Just write Goblin and Razor Tooth, or Razor Tooth Goblin, or however you want.
Also, as a goblin, that means that not only does she get dark vision, but she gets a dexterity and a charisma boost. So maybe tally near them.
Yeah.
And also a free boost, which we're just gonna put into strength for you. Just
so that I
just
can
to make it a little
harder.
easier.
Yeah.
Because these pulls take a little longer.
You'll get the 6 hit points and size small and all that stuff. Anything that doesn't have a choice, we're just going to let you do in between sessions.
That's right.
But the other choice we have here is your ancestry feat.
That's right. And
Mark,
there's...
do you want to run through those?
There's a fair number of them, guys. There's Burn It, that makes her better at burning things. City Scavenger, to look around for scraps in a city. Goblin Lore gives you a bunch of goblin-y skills like nature and stealth. Goblin Scuttle is a reaction when allies move next to her that would let her step away. Goblin Song is an annoying song that she could sing to debuff people. Goblin Weapon Familiarity gives goblin weapons. Junk Tinker lets her build things out of junk. Rough Rider makes her better at riding. And Very Sneaky lets her sneak around better.
Right,
so let's see what we've got.
Start calling them out.
All right, I'm seeing...
We're getting a lot of song.
Baby
shark
doo 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 doo
Okay.
baby shark doo doo.
All right, song won it out.
You got Goblin Song.
You've got
Goblin shark doo doo doo.
On the other side of your
I'm sorry, I got distracted.
Your first level feat is going to be Goblin Song.
Goblin Song.
While she's writing that, let's put up the poll for background.
Yeah.
Let's see what backgrounds Logan randomized for you.
What possibly could have led you to this sorry state that you're in?
Well,
so many different things.
Your options, and these are like a little bit random. The backgrounds, because we just kind of randomly picked a bunch.
Sure.
So you could be a bounty hunter, a charlatan, a farmhand, an herbalist, a martial disciple, kind of who trained at a monastery or something like that, a scholar, or a warrior.
Oh, let's see.
Okay.
Oh, there's votes for charlatan.
Charlatan is ahead by a pretty big amount.
That I would be a good charlatan. I think that's really insulting, you guys. Oh, you're the worst. Thank you.
It might be like a sharklatan, where you're saying that you were a shark.
Oh, I don't know about that.
But everyone knows you're not.
I
really
feel
a
dirty
shark.
after you said that.
All right.
Land shark.
Sure number 1 is on there. It's kind of off our.
Oh yeah, number 1 we can't see, but nobody liked it. Whatever it is, it's bad.
I could be a warrior. I could be a warrior.
It's guard. Okay.
I think we're gonna go ahead and call
charlatan
for charlatan.
Charlatan wins.
So you are a charlatan. So congratulations. So that'll go into your background.
All right. So you get either enter charisma. And let's give you strength. So give yourself a strength.
Okay.
Chat, enter charisma. Go.
You're also going to be trained in deception, so go ahead and mark that down.
I'll be watching for enter charisma while they write it down.
And you're going to have the underworld lore skill, so just fill in underworld on there. And
all right, Cha wins it. A lot more people said it, and now you'll be good at singing your songs. You have another one in Cha.
Well, good.
I have a beautiful charlatan singing voice.
Then on the back here, you're going to get a skill feat. Your background skill feat is Charming Liar. So
Charming Liar?
You can make people like you by lying to them in an ingratiating way without using diplomacy.
That's right, I can. You all are so beautiful, and you look so lovely today.
Oh, thanks, Amanda.
I love your shirt.
Wait a second.
Your manager skills are really shining through.
Yeah,
all right.
I got a boost in charisma.
There we go. So now at this point is when you would normally pick a class, but we aren't chosen. So now we're going to get to pick our subcategories of Barbarian for Amanda.
We're also going to do your free ability boosts because you get 4 ability boosts.
That's true. That technically... that happens before the class
You know
details.
that your last one is going to be into strength because you're a barbarian. So what 4 do we want for you? I think we're pretty sure we're going to get 1 in strength.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, so, Dex and Con are things you'd like, but hey, Charisma's still going, so...
Let's see what the chat
let's
says.
give us some suggestions.
All right, a lot of people have started saying Con.
Yep, a lot of Con, so go ahead and grab a Con.
I'm seeing Dex, Con, Cha. Some people even putting all 3.
We're starting to see Dex.
Dex, Con, Cha.
Dex
all right, I'm calling it. The other one's going to be Charisma.
All right,
it's gonna be
a lot
charisma.
of them said Charisma.
All right.
Dex, Con, Cha is coming up everywhere.
Executive decision from the land
You're not
shark.
going too far against the public mandate.
Yeah, no, you really actually, that's what they wanted. So, perfect.
Well, good. They make good
now
choices.
Your ability scores are pretty much going to be set. So you'll
get your last one from actually implementing your class. So put your 4th
in
strength boost.
That's right. So that should leave you with 18 strength. I believe 12 constitution because it finally went up at that point. 14 dexterity. 10 intelligence, 8 wisdom. But
16 charisma. That's right.
Oh yeah, 16 charisma.
My teeth are very white. I've been to the goblin dentist.
That's great.
Whitening treatment, so that
all right.
I just run around with my teeth out.
Yeah. So we're gonna go through the basic stuff you get from your class, which a lot of that's already filled out because you've got the barbarian sheet already. So you've got expert proficiency in perception.
Okay.
That's already filled in there. Your saving throws are expert fortitude, trained reflex, expert will.
Okay, that's in there as well.
Then your skills, you're trained in athletics. And then you're going to get a number of skills equal to 3 plus your intelligence modifier.
And you already have deception from your background.
Okay.
So you don't need to pick deception again. You've got Goblin Song. How does chat feel about performance for one of those
do you guys want performance for Goblin Song?
Yes, no?
Charlatan.
Charlatan.
All right, people are bullish on performance and intimidation. I'm seeing.
Performance.
All right, so take performance, intimidation, and then you got one more.
All right, so performance with my beautiful singing voice. Well,
intimidation.
I sneak up to you, which I'm terrible at sneaking.
And do you think that
so far?
Do you think we should actually let Amanda pick the last one? Or
nope.
Nope.
Should she get stealth though? She kind of likes stealth.
Yeah, I've seen deception, which she already has. I saw shark lore a few times. I've seen stealth and survival a fair amount.
Arcana, stealth. It's kind of a
stealth. Oh, stealth sort of came up.
She already has athletics, folks.
Yeah, too many people are saying that she has.
But yeah, stealth I think
Let's do stealth.
got it. Yeah.
How about it? Oh, stealth. Okay. So I'm very stealthy, but I'm not very intimidating.
Well,
so I've basically got a shark mask.
No, you got intimidation.
Oh, I've got intimidation. Okay.
That was early on. Performance, intimidation, and stealth, plus your deception and athletics.
Dun 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 dun. Goblin shark.
You were telling what other things she's going to be trained in?
You're trained in simple weapons, martial weapons, and unarmed attacks. That's
which is on here.
In there and in barbarian class CC.
Water sneaking.
Plus certain types of armor.
Yeah, and light armor, medium armor, unarmored.
Can I have shark lore for free? Can you make a designer decision to give me shark lore for free? I know.
Chat.
These are my people.
Chat, does Amanda get shark lore for free?
The other thing you're going to get is 12 plus your Constitution modifier hit points. And plus you're going to add your goblin hit points.
All right, the chat overwhelmingly says she gets shark lore for free as an extra additional
lore.
Second
lore there with shark lore.
All right.
Okay.
So I've got 19 hit points. Shark lore.
All right. So we're doing well, guys.
I can smell blood
She
in
also
the
is going to get the rage action automatically, but now we need the next thing that you guys are going to help us pick. So what causes Amanda's character to go into a rage? Is it her connection to a certain type of animal, which shark is one of the choices of? Is it her connection to dragons? Is it just generic fury? Is it her connection to giants? Or is it her connection to the spirits?
Well, and really, the connection to Fury is what real life Amanda draws on, but her character doesn't necessarily need to be.
I run off rage, caffeine, and Amanda, other things I'm not allowed to say because it's PG-13.
Chat likes you. They like you a lot because they're mostly picking animal.
Okay.
And they're even saying shark about 20 times.
Yes, they're even saying animal
that
shark.
counts for 20 votes. Whoever did that, bravo, because now I'm a shark.
All right, so we're going animal instinct, but now we have to tell them what the options are.
Okay.
Ape, bear, bull, cat, deer, frog, shark, snake, or wolf.
Well, there it is.
So start now. All your sharks up to this point didn't count.
Oh.
No, more sharks.
Deer.
Let me be a Sharknado.
We have one for deer. Oh, there's a frog.
There's a frog. All right.
Oh, there's another frog, but no, it's shark.
Yeah, Chad. Chad knows what's
I'm sorry,
up.
people are saying shark. I've just heard the word shark so many times and read it so many times. It just is noise to me now.
Well, that's the stealth. It's just sneaking up to you.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do shark instinct. That means you get a jaws attack when you're enraged that do a D10 piercing damage and grapple, so you can thrash around with them.
Just go ahead and put that in your melee strikes.
Okay.
Write
I will
down
do
one
that.
of those as Jaws.
Jaws that do a D10.
That's right. And can
Plus
grapple
my
things.
strength.
And all that stuff is right here if you need to look it up.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
can grapple.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right now, that grapple trait won't matter very much because you don't have like a special bonus that applies to your attacks. But if you did, you would be able to put it onto your grapples as well.
That's a nice reminder that you should be, grabbing people and
Yeah.
biting them.
In
That's
your
right.
mouth.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got the death
So there's
grab.
one last thing that they're gonna have to choose for barbarian, and that's gonna be one of 5 barbarian feats. And while there's certainly like a shark-like scent and certain other shark things and a shark swim at 2nd and 4th level that I'm sure this character would take. 1st level, there might be a few different options here. So acute vision, we're gonna say you don't take because you already have dark vision as a goblin. So there's 4 options left.
Well, yeah.
Moment of clarity will allow Amanda to sort of gain a moment when she's not quite as raged and take concentration actions. Raging intimidation allows her to use a bunch of intimidation actions in rage, and she automatically gains intimidating glare, which lets her just like glare at people and make them afraid. Raging thrower helps her throw weapons when she's enraged, and sudden charge lets her just rush forward at her foes and make an attack, such as...
Well, yeah, that's my feeding frenzy,
I saw someone
clearly.
in chat call that shark in charge.
Shark in charge. Okay, so there's actually a huge dilemma between raging intimidation and
Raging intimidation,
and
sudden charge.
You're getting a ton.
I can always just use intimidation as a skill on its own, but sudden charge lets me... That's very
lets
me invest a little bit in the
I think it's pretty close. I think sudden charge is a little bit higher. So let's go with that as your
all right,
your
so sudden charge.
Barbarian feat.
Right here, sudden charge.
Okay.
That's right.
It was
Goblin
close.
shark charging at you.
That was our closest one, except for Gnome versus Goblin.
Yeah.
All right. So we've now actually completed almost everything at this point that we need to do. All that's left is to buy equipment and then do those last few, calculate the numbers that are on there, decide like your name and gender pronoun. You'll do that after the show. So let's do a little bit.
Know.
Oh, no?
Are we going to let her pick her own name?
Are you going to let me pick my own name?
I thought we were going to let her pick her own name, but maybe we're not.
Seems Chad. To me. How about Chad gives Amanda some suggestions and you can kind of decide, like maybe they'll come with something that you really like.
Yeah.
So
give me some suggestions.
While we're doing that, though,
am I the existential?
We've got
Sharknado.
Short for Sharknado. Yeah.
Okay.
Bruce.
Am I fully convinced that I am a shark? Am I being the shark, or am I just intimidating and pretending to be a shark?
I think that's going to be a philosophical question.
I'm going to have to think about that while the other characters are being created.
So, we're going to start you off, Amanda, with the Barbarian class kit. You're going to have a shark hide armor.
Shark hide armor. Oh no! Is that like cannibalism? Have I taken the hide from? Oh, is that from my mortal enemy? Is that from my mortal enemy?
I don't know. You have to
decide
decide how you got that shark instinct. Because it could be because you respect the shark. It could be you fought the shark. Maybe both.
Oh no! They know what they did. We threw down and I won.
We're reading Garth Brooks now.
All right. You get 4 javelins in that kit, just in case you need to throw javelins at people.
Yeah.
You get the Adventurer's Pack, which, to remind everyone on the stream, is 1 bulk, even though it says 2 bulk in the core rulebook. You're gonna get the grappling hook.
Grappling hook, just like my jaws.
And 2 sheaths. that you can use to put some weapons in, and then you get an option of some really big, awesome weapons that that are optional. But actually, let's let chat decide. So, out of the optional weapons that are on, and granted, keeping in mind that when she goes into a rage, she cannot use these weapons. She can only bite.
I can only bite. That's right.
And she already has her teeth.
Yes, and her teeth are D10. Time, so please choose between no weapon, because it is an optional weapon, great sword, great club, or great axe. So vote for no weapon, great sword, great club, or great axe.
Great sword, great axe, great club,
you know what?
great teeth.
It doesn't matter. Whatever you pick is just going to stay on my back.
No weapon is winning.
No weapon should be winning because Jaws are clearly superior with this particular Charlatan that we're doing here.
Okay.
Yeah. Only teeth.
All right. Sounds like
we're doing it.
Sounds like just the javelins.
All right. So, chat, I'm going to let you pick one more item because we have a few more minutes. So, pick some kind of skill tool that is in the adventuring gear. It could be for a skill she has, like the disguise kit helping her with deception. It could, and maybe wearing shark-colored makeup. It could be for a skill she does not have. Pick any skill tool.
Skills
fishing rod. Sounds good.
Ooh, fishing rod. That's
all right,
how I lure my victims to me.
We might take more than one of these.
If I'm a shark, how else am I going to eat if I don't have a fishing rod?
All right, there's fishing rod, musical instrument. So fishing rod and musical instrument are both up on there. So you're going to wind up with both. It's the fishing tackle is the name of the item.
Can I have a ukulele to accompany my shark song?
Chat.
What is the musical instrument? So, and bagpipe has already been suggested, but
maracas.
Maraca, bagpipe. It's
maracas.
Megaphone.
We'll let you make a decision.
Bango drums, bagpipe again, ukulele. Because people just listen to you.
Ooh.
Recorder.
Bongos.
I don't know. I kind of like maracas.
Didgeridoo, maracas, vuvuzela.
Can you just use your teeth as a saw, a musical saw?
Flute, triangle.
Ooh, I could do my theme song on the triangle. Yeah. Rage triangle.
It seems like you've got some good options there for your
vuvuzela. No, I can't use a vuvuzela because I need my mouth to bite people. That's just not gonna work.
And sing.
And sing. I need my hands to be free.
Ooh, a jawsome jaw harp.
Ooh, a jawsome jaw harp.
The funny thing is, most characters...
Cowbell.
Like, most barbarians wouldn't be able to have, like, a violin or something like that because they have to use a greatsword. But you could just have both hands on a violin very easily because you're just biting people.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what this character needs more of?
What's that?
Cowbell.
All right, it sounds like your decision.
All right.
It does.
There we go. And we'll let... If Amanda wants to use some of her gold, and we will let her buy a few more things
still have
afterwards.
some gold left.
I'm just gonna throw it around in a shower.
That's right.
We also didn't really cover this at the start of the stream, so do you want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do here at Paizo?
We absolutely didn't say who we were either.
That's fine.
I mean, They just found me on the street and I wandered in, and Peyton decided that I should sit in front of the camera and do stupid things.
At the aquarium.
Hello, at the aquarium. Hello, my name is Amanda Hammond. I am the managing developer for Starfinder, totally not an actual wereshark, and they didn't just find me at the aquarium in downtown Seattle. I work here on Starfinder, but also did a little bit on the playtest, and my subtitle is Victim, apparently, but I think that is part of the intimidation, and it's all just a misdirect because I think the real everybody victim, is my victim.
The real victim is actually Jason, probably.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
That's right. Well, you know what? As long as he watches out for shark teeth and, you know.
You know what? We have a couple more minutes, so I'm going to let chat pick Amanda's alignment.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, chat.
All right. First
clearly
axis.
I'm lawful good, right?
Law,
neutral, or chaos on the first axis.
We're just doing one at a time.
We're just doing one at a time, and then we'll figure out the alignment. I'm just going to take off...
ignoring your votes if you've said two alignments.
No, I'll just look at whether it said L or C.
Chaotic shark? Can my alignment just be shark?
It seems like chaos is
winning. Chaos is winning.
Yeah,
okay, now stop. Good, neutral, or evil. Start now.
Evil.
Good, neutral, or evil.
Chaos there.
Am I a benevolent shark?
Neutral.
Or am I a malevolent shark?
Good, neutral.
I think you're a chaotic neutral.
Chaotic neutral. Please be advised that this will impact my theme song.
Okay. Now that we know that she's chaotic neutral, let's figure out what Amanda's patron deity or
Ooh.
philosophy is. So you don't have to pick one of the 20 in the course since she's not a cleric, so she has no options that are taken from it. You could even pick whatever obscure Golarian deity you want.
Or a non-Golarian deity, whatever.
Yeah.
Besmara, maybe?
Or a
I am
Castrovelian
a sea
deity is
beast.
okay. It could come
A
up.
chosen of Besmara.
One that lives on the astral plane
Seen a
like
lot of-
Alazra, that could come up.
A lot of Gosra Gorum.
Gorham isn't
Bruce-
too bad.
Bruce, the god of sharks. Kurgus.
All right, we see
Kyrgyz
Regathiel,
isn't too bad.
Besmara, Ravagog.
Besmara's
Okay,
surging-
Besmara definitely wins. And since Besmara is a
A
main
Starfinder
core
deity?
Starfinder deity,
Heck yeah. We're going
she's
Besmara.
not core for PF1 or PF2, so let's go with Besmara.
Besmara is all
Alright.
part of my master evil plan to take over the stream with Starfinder.
Okay, so I
And
feel
now
like
we need to decide what her spaceship looks like. So,
That's right. It's got a giant shark jaw on
you're
front
just
of
inside of a giant like tardigrade.
it. That's right. I am a giant space shark tardigrade. A shark degrade, if you will.
oh,
Yes,
Hmm.
I won't.
we could, but
That's because you hate fun, Logan.
That's fair.
Chat, does Logan hate fun?
Yeah, does Logan
Do
hate
I
fun?
hate
You have to decide.
We need more polls. More polls.
So how did your Charlatan Barbarianness come about?
Ooh, my Charlatan Barbarianness. You know what? I think that I grew up in a very small little goblin enclave, right? Outside of a town, maybe? Outside
Like a
of maybe
coastal
like
village, maybe?
maybe like outside Riddleport, perhaps, where there's lots of pirates and lots of
People said Riddleport.
yeah,
chat, too?
Riddleport. All right, we're going with Riddleport. So I grew up outside of Riddleport, and I saw all of these pirates coming in and telling all of these stories about these killer man-eating sharks that they were encountering, and just terrible stories about these epic battles that were happening at sea with these sea beasts. And you know, I got pretty impressed by that. And one day I came upon the jaws of a shark that had been defeated, and was able to examine all of that and decide that, you know what, deep down in my heart, I truly believed that I had the essence of a shark. And then perhaps I spent a little bit of time in taking a little bit of the liquid going on that's in my tribe, the juice, the goblin juice that was being served, you know, the very special
Fermented something or other.
fermented goblin juice, not made out of goblins, probably, we think. We're not really sure.
Maybe
it's
pickles,
a secret family
maybe
recipe.
goblins.
Yeah.
Pickled goblin.
Yeah, pickled goblin. And one day I just decided, you know what, not only did I feel like that I was connected to the essence of the shark, but I was really a shark. And that it is my ultimate destiny to swim within the ultimate predator clans of the sharks down below. And so I have a mission to become just like my patron animal. And in the moment, and every time I think about that, I just fly into a rage.
You could have like a Watson and the Shark style portrait commission, except you're the shark in the picture. And
That's
not, like,
right.
the guy
That's
falling
right.
out of the
Yeah,
boat.
yeah. So I am a charlatan in that I have been convincing everyone that I am truly destined to become a wereshark, with the full moon turning into my complete fulfilling my destiny. But I've also convinced myself.
All right. Well, thanks.
We'll see if you convince anybody.
Thanks a lot,
You
Amanda.
can-
This is probably a good time for us to switch over to Eric Keith because we have a few more minutes before the half hour.
All right.
We actually finished pretty quickly with your character.
right.
Chat was very conclusive what they wanted.
All right, and you'll get to build out all the details
Okay.
in the next...
Well, I will go do
Fill out the
that.
numbers, put
Hour
in
and a
your
half.
details.
Yeah, come up with
Chat,
some.
be excited to see what Amanda comes up with to fill in those details
Yeah.
when you see her next.
All right.
Welcome back to 3 Action Game Night. I'm Mark Seifter.
I'm Logan Bonner.
I'm
and
Eric
this is our
Keith.
next victim.
Victim.
Yes. Participant. So
There we
Eric, tell chat a little bit about yourself.
I am
what you do
the.
at Paizo.
Oh, gotcha. I'm the software QA for the website. It keeps me pretty busy, and on the day-to-day, I'm usually trying to make sure that everything that's coming down the pipeline is as smooth as possible.
And getting a bunch of emails for Eric Mona that you have to be like, no, I'm the other Eric. I'm Eric Keith. I'm the more important Eric.
No, I wouldn't claim that, but I mean, I do get emails for him actually surprisingly often. It's fun. There's some interesting stuff that he gets involved in.
Yeah.
All right. So to let anyone know who came in partway through the last stream, we're going to start off. We have some polls to, we're going to ask you the polls. If, when it comes to the class poll, if a class has already been chosen, we're going to ignore that class. However, in this case, Barbarian, the class that was chosen, is not going to be in this poll. The second poll is all 6 of the classes that haven't been seen yet. So that doesn't come into effect now, but keep that in mind for later characters, that if your favorite class is in here, doesn't win, it's coming back again. And you're going to have another chance.
You can watch it lose twice.
So quickly,
That's right.
describe to me the character that we just built for Amanda so I can think of some synergy.
No.
Whatever. Okay, fine.
You'll all get a chance to hang out while we're running Jason through the paces of building his adventure, and you can kind of consult and decide how you all know each other and that kind of stuff.
Also, you don't get to pick the synergy, but chat has some institutional memory of what they built, and so they will get to pick the synergy or anti-synergy.
I'm just saying the primal spell list has some fun stuff to cast on barbarians. Just tossing that out there.
So the first thing we're going to do is pick your class, because we've got the class sheets here. So we're going to start out with those to make things go a little quicker.
Yep.
And you can see on the poll there,
Bard,
just enter the number into chat
Wizard.
and post that. We've got Alchemist, Bard, Druid.
Druid.
Yeah.
Druid.
Oh, no.
Wait, no.
Yeah, come on, Druid.
Alchemist is fighting. Druid's fighting. Wizard is not fighting.
Oh,
very
man,
hard.
look at it go.
Druid's doing well. Oh, no, Alchemist.
Come on, people. Druid love.
This one's pretty tight.
This one is hard between Alchemist and Druid. Alchemist.
Come on.
It's just switching back and forth.
Druid is pretty awesome. I'm not that I play Druids constantly.
Yeah. What do you really like to play? What are some of your favorites?
Any support character, really. So healing. The joke is my name is Eric the Cleric in any group I'm in. So
Well, we gave you a lot of possible support options.
we should just cut it right there before
Cleric is
Alchemist
probably
jumps
not gonna
ahead.
make
So coming into 100, Druid got it. That was
Awesome.
very, very hard fought, but Druid
You are
got
going
it.
to be playing a Druid.
I appreciate that, everyone.
All you Alchemist stands, as Mark said, the Alchemist is going to come back in a future poll. So
That's right. I think it's in the next one,
here
but
is
we'll find
a
out.
Druid.
Thank you.
And we are going to give you a sheet here for your equipment and
Nice.
character details, and one for
That's right.
spells.
Okay.
So this one we might need to move at a little faster clip, because we're probably going to try to get in some time to pick a few spells. If we run out
That's
of
right.
time, you'll just pick them yourself.
We'll make it, though. We honestly had some extra time at the end of Amanda's, and we picked a lot of items. So
and
let's
really,
get started.
it's your prepared spells, so they might suggest things for you to prepare, but you're going to be the one.
Let's go to our
figuring
next
out.
poll. Ancestry. What ancestry is this Druid?
I mean, any of these are all wonderful.
Yep.
I leave this off to gnome. Yeah.
Dwarf?
No.
No.
Dwarf
I'm just saying.
Fighting for it.
Anime protagonist would be fantastic for all you gnome fans. Yes, come on, keep. Oh yeah. Oh, this is the exact
it's
character.
playing.
All right.
You guys are literally making the character
Okay.
I play in my home game. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well,
Well, so far,
So far.
they
So
might
far.
make some other decisions.
all right.
No,
yeah,
that's fair.
there's enough unique votes in that I can call this race for the gnome.
Yes, perfect.
So you are going to be a gnome, and
I actually have a very important question then that maybe chat can help me out with, which is what color is my hair then?
Well, depending on which
right.
type of gnome you are, it might change.
That's true.
drop those hair colors as we kind of go through some of the basics of the gnome. So you're going to have your 8 hit points from your ancestry, size small, speed 25 feet. Your ability boost, you're going to get Constitution and Charisma.
Okay.
And we're going to go ahead, since you're a Druid, and say that your free boost is going to be into Wisdom.
That
So
is
pink
a
and
shocker.
red are going
And
well together. So
And
those
you're
kind
going to
of
take an
shades,
ability
but-
flaw to your Strength, which I
Oof.
think we forgot to get Amanda her flaw, so we might need to
Oh,
remind
I
her
told
about
her she had 8 wisdom at some point.
Oh, that's
but,
right, because we
But
did
she
get
may
it.
not have actually written an 8. I don't know.
Chartreuse.
But
that. All right.
so
and we're going to let you do most of this stuff later.
Yep.
Your languages and your
but
you've got
now
low light vision.
and pink and red have been sort of leading in the hair color, but so the Gnome Heritage, the first one is Chameleon Gnome, where the color of your hair and skin is mutable, and you can change it and possibly even hide it, like on this purple curtain.
Right. So
with
we are gonna
skin.
pick your heritage. So the options are Chameleon Gnome, as Mark just described. Fey Touched Gnome was a little more Fey style. The Sensate Gnome, who kind of sees all colors as brighter, smells stronger, all that
They
kind
have
of
a
thing.
scent ability.
The Umbral Gnome, who is kind of darker and more shadowy.
They've got dark
so
vision.
edgy.
And the Wellspring Gnome, who kind of gets to pick a different kind of magic source. So what do people think out there?
All right, I
Looks
see.
like a lot of Sensates.
Sensates, Sensate,
Chameleons.
Chameleon, a few Wellspring. This is actually,
It's kind of all over the place.
this
Oh
is
my
all
goodness.
over the
And you are a
place.
gnome, so
But I think
Oh, that's a lot of
that's a
chameleons.
lot of chameleons.
all right. I think we're going with.
I think we're
chameleon.
going chameleon.
All right. Yeah.
So, as a chameleon gnome, You're going to get to stealth better when you're kind of calibrated to your environment, and we'll go ahead and let you look into all the details of that later. But the important thing for chat to know is that your hair will change color with your environment.
Awesome.
So gnomes have a lot of feats to choose from too. So we need to choose Eric's feat. So the choices are.
I thought that was a halfling thing, the feat. Anyway.
So Animal Accomplice, which gives him a little familiar. Burrow Elocutionist, which lets him basically talk to burrowing creatures. Fey Fellowship, which gives him a number of very good benefits against Fey, which could come up later on, maybe not. First World Magic, which gives him a extra primal cantrip. Gnome Obsession, where there's a particular thing he really, really likes, like sharks. Gnome Weapon Familiarity, where he knows some particular gnome weapons. And Illusion Sense, where anytime he comes near an illusion, he has a chance of figuring it out, and he's a little better against illusions.
And just for clarity, a shark is not counting as a burrowing animal for these purposes.
Yes.
So.
But what if it's a VLA?
The land shark?
Yeah.
It's probably going to kill you.
All right.
At your level.
It's totally
all right.
chill.
All right, Obsession has the advantage. There were a lot. It was not obvious, but Obsession has the advantage.
Animal Accomplice is popping out. Okay, no, there's Obsession.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, there's a good number for the
Gnome
Accomplice.
Obsession.
All
So
right.
go ahead and write down back
But
here.
I want chat
for your
to
Ancestry feat.
Chat needs to pick the lore for the Obsession.
Right down there.
So, what is the lore for the Obsession?
Is it sharks?
Seen some sharks.
Yes. They all are saying
crocodile. Pizza.
All
right, so yes, your obsession is
so Chad
shark.
is saying shark.
Shark
if you want to go against
okay.
them, that is your choice. But
okay.
Well,
if you go against them now, they will go against you later.
No, it's okay. They already gave me what I wanted, which is the ability to cast Magic Fang on certain other characters.
Oh, I see. Well, that is what you got.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now let's actually pick a background. So let's see which ones Logan randomed up for you today. I actually have no idea which ones they're going to be until they
I don't
pop
either,
up,
because it was entirely random.
It was pretty random. So let's check out the next poll. Here it is. You
right.
could be a barrister.
Barrister's an early lead. Acolyte, an artist, a barrister, a criminal, a hermit, a hunter, a nomad, or a sailor. Just remember, just put the number in chat.
Yep, just put the number in chat, and that's your vote. So it's really between barrister and sailor.
So maritime law, obviously.
Yes.
It's either way. You can be an aficionado of maritime law.
So sailor has taken over barrister, but it's not.
Well, as a gnome, as a chameleon gnome, clearly sharks are pretty cool, and I know a lot about them. But it's all about octopuses because they can change colors.
No, Sailor took it. Taylor took it.
You're a sailor.
You're a sailor.
Nice. All right.
So you get,
as a sailor,
you get. It says on the screen that you get strength or dexterity and a free boost. So we're gonna put your free boost in wisdom.
Okay. Big surprise.
All right. So chat, strength or dexterity.
All right, and you're also gonna get the athletics skill.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and write those down already, regardless of what chat says.
Okay.
They're all saying dex.
And the sailing lore skill.
So you get dex for the other stat.
All right. Thank you.
And then for your feat for that, you're going to get underwater marauder.
Underwater
Marauder.
be
on the back.
Okay.
Under
background.
Yeah.
All right. And to make sure I don't miss it this time, grab another wisdom boost from your class being druid. It would happen at this point when you chose your class, but we won't choose any other features from the class yet.
Nope, that's fair.
And now we'll do determine ability scores. We're going to give you wisdom again, but just like we did for Amanda, we're going to let the chat sort of decide what the other three are. All right, chat.
Anything but wisdom.
Anything but wisdom, go. Well, we'll figure it out from here.
Okay.
All right, so we see dex and con, strength, dex, con.
Yeah. So you're a gnome sailor, so that makes a lot of sense with a gnome. You know, you got to go see new experiences.
Dex,
so maybe go
dex,
from port to port, visit islands, and
see
weird sea creatures.
Tend to the local wildlife.
All right, guys. So dex and con definitely haven't, and
one at a time, please, folks.
Yeah, dex and con have it at this point. So just put strength or charisma for the last one because that was too close because everyone put so many it was hard for me to read. So just put one of strength or charisma at this point.
Strength, charisma.
I think strength
got it.
Strength has it by a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
So strength is your last boost.
So now you're back up to a 10 in strength.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
I believe that your final stat should be 10 strength.
Yep.
And then you wound up with 14 dexterity.
I did.
And 14 constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Your intelligence is 10. you've got 18 wisdom and 12 charisma. Is that right?
That looks to be correct.
All right. Then we can now select some druid options. Our first choice for druid is what order does he belong to?
Oh no.
So,
all right.
When we get later on in the show, we're probably not going to want to have to build an animal companion, but just because we're going to be mean to Eric, we will let you pick that if you want for this one. The 4 orders are animal order, which will have an animal companion and has a strong connection to beasts.
Why would I need an animal companion when I have a sentient shark hanging out with me?
I don't know. But you wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't want to wantonly kill animals. The leaf order, which loves plants.
I've seen quite a few storm. I think
the storm order, which is all about like weather and maybe storms on the seas.
And
wild, where you yourself turn into a creature.
I think storm.
No, storm has it.
Storm's got it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yes. Let the storm rage on.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. I am looking forward to this character.
Oh man.
So for being in that order, you're going to get the Stormborn Druid feat.
All right.
That means that even if chat winds up picking a crazy weather event to happen during Jason's adventure, you're going to be okay.
I'll be like, this is awesome.
And you've also got the, so here are your focus spells.
Yep.
So you're going to have the Tempest Surge order spell.
Oh,
so
that's a good one.
Mark that down.
Correct.
And you're going to get... let's see. I think they start with 1 or 2 focus points.
They get 2.
All right,
It's
so you're gonna have
basically
2
the
focus
only
points.
way to
So your
have 2
maximum
focus
is 2.
points that you can reasonably use at the same time.
Oh, this is going to be wonderful. All right.
You will also wind up
You're
with...
also trained in acrobatics.
Oh, okay.
And you can look through this
Yeah,
later
you can
just to
find
make
your
sure
anathema,
you've
your
got all
druidic
that.
language, and your shield block. That's on there. But let's talk about... you were trained in acrobatics from that. You were trained in... What did Sailor wind up giving you as a skill? Was that... whatever it was.
I believe it's athletics.
Athletics. I'm just reminding chat because last time they picked one that Amanda already had. And you have nature from being a druid. So we now need chat to pick 2 new skills.
Look too far there.
So you know that they literally picked a shark for the first one and now a tornado for the second one, right?
Oh, Team Sharknado. Yeah.
All right. So I'm seeing
A lot of survival.
Survival. Yeah.
Go ahead, mark down survival.
Mark down survival. Stop saying survival and now say another skill.
All right.
There's a good mix of other things.
Shackles, deception, perform.
Yeah, it's kind of all over the place. So
There's a fair number.
Pick whichever your
Stealth.
favorite is.
There's a fair number of occult, weirdly enough, but medicine is on there too and perform. So pick occult medicine or occultism, medicine, or perform.
All right. I'm gonna go with occult because why not?
All right.
Okay.
So you're trained in occultism.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, and then most of this is already
Some
marked down on your
weird
character,
stuff out at
but you're
sea.
going to be trained in perception,
Okay.
trained in fortitude and reflex, expert in will. You're going to be trained in simple weapons and in unarmed attacks.
Okay.
Trained in light armor, medium armor, unarmored defense. And then for your spells, which are going to be on that sheet, those
Yes.
are...
Since you're a prepared spellcaster, honestly, there's not much that Chet could do to completely saddle you with a spell because of the fact that you could just prepare something else the next day.
That's true.
But we'll get some suggestions from him in a second here.
We will.
So, and you're trained in your primal spell attacks and spell DCs, and you're going to get 8 plus your Constitution hit points plus your hit points for being a gnome.
But that is a tip for you in chat later. If you really want to saddle someone with some weird spells, a spontaneous caster is not going to be able to switch those out.
That's right.
All right.
Okay.
So the
equipment
next
and
step would
spells
be equipment and actually I guess spells are in class details, but since they're prepared each day, let's just get chat to give some suggestions to Eric of what he should prepare at first level. Just put
So-
some down on the chat.
So I'm gonna toss it out there. Sharks bite people, right? So clearly Magic Fang. All right, yeah. First person
Yeah.
literally knows what I'm thinking already. Okay, perfect.
Yep, they have Gust of Wind, which is great for your character concept. It's actually surprisingly strong. Heal is on there. Entangle's on the suggestions.
Ooh.
So, and they think you should take Electric Arc as one of your cantrips.
That is a very satisfying one, yeah.
Because it can hit 2 people. So yeah, Heal, Gust of Wind, and Magic Fang are drastically winning there. And Eric, I feel like that's what you probably would have taken
Yeah.
because and some people suggest Hydraulic Push, Summon, or Shock and Grasp, which are also good.
I would love to
Airboat will
shove
be
something
great
off a
if you end up
cliff and
underwater.
laugh at Bowman afterwards. So
Yeah.
That's true. So you're gonna have to decide. There's too many good ones because you
Hydraulic Push is
actually
pretty
only
fun,
get 2 spells. So
Yeah.
You're gonna pick your favorite 2.
Okay. No,
All right.
I'll write a couple down and figure out which one to go with.
So let's go into equipment, and we're gonna start you with the Druid gear kit.
Okay.
So that means that you're gonna start out with
There you go.
leather armor.
Okay.
4 javelins. I guess everybody likes 4 javelins, or at least barbarians.
I would
and
like to
druids do.
clarify that those are not javelins. Those are actually like hooks for like catching sharks.
Harpoons.
Okay.
So they're actually
They're
harpoons.
harpoon javelins.
Yep. All right. Cool.
Probably so are Amanda's, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And a long spear just to keep sharks at bay.
Okay. A long spear. Excellent.
An adventurer's pack, which again for those Justinian is 1 bulk, not the 2 that's in the core rulebook. A bandolier to help you put like a kind of kit in if you had one, and some holly and mistletoe.
Yeah.
And there was some options for healer's tools if you had medicine, but you do not have medicine. You have occultism.
I have
So
a shark. I don't have to worry about anything.
we actually are doing pretty well again. So I'm gonna let chat pick a random kit or other piece of gear
Yeah.
that he's gonna have to have.
So
Shark-
Amanda ended up with a fishing tackle, for example, and a musical instrument.
Yes.
I do like the drums idea because if I'm playing a caster, I don't actually need to have a hand.
Let's see. We
A lightning rod.
Healer's kit. I don't think you're trained in medicine, so healer's kit
Mm-mm.
probably
fishing
won't
Shark
apply.
tackle
tanning
again,
supplies.
Spyglass. I don't think you can
Spy-
afford a spyglass.
Alchemist kit.
Symbols.
Spyglass.
Bongo
Compass.
drums.
Yeah, I think
crowbar.
unfortunately
Crowbar.
flippers are not on the list.
Flippers I think are maybe in
Soap.
World Guide 1 though, which we have Lost Omens World Guide, so we should be able to get it if we need
A
to.
10-foot pole you
Wait,
use as
okay.
a lightning rod.
There's a life jacket. Can
That's
I
pretty good.
Can I get a life jacket?
Yeah.
Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. A life jacket. Thank
That'd
you.
be explorer's clothing, but it's a life jacket.
That's
Yes.
It's a life
true.
jacket.
It's okay.
Yep.
I have under rod.
You've just got like stickers on it from all the places you visited.
It's
And a lot
true.
of people said compass, so why don't you grab a compass
Okay.
for 1 gold?
I can do
Floaties. That's
that.
a good idea for an item to put on a leader box.
New floaties.
Yeah.
I'm an,
Yeah,
I'm an
I had
underwater.
items like that I wrote for aquatic adventures that would just help you
Take-
keep your buoyancy
Air
up.
bladder.
Takes the underwater marauder feat. Wears a floaty to not go underwater. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so those are some good items. We'll actually let Eric take the other items, but just like we did when we had time for Amanda, let's do both of the components of Eric's alignment. So let's keeping in mind
Yeah.
that
First law or chaos
the first
or neutral.
law, chaos or neutral.
Just
if you,
the first-
If you put good or evil at the end of it, we will ignore it and possibly ignore your whole thing. So law, chaos, or neutral.
Lawful. Getting a lot of lawful. I think.
Lawful,
I think
lawful.
No,
lawful's
but a
gonna
lot of
carry it.
neutral came in. No, then more lawful.
Yeah, lawful.
Lawful has it by a hair.
Okay.
All right, you're lawful.
Okay, so now
Waffle druid. Perfect.
good, neutral, or evil. Good, and we won't count those neutrals
Choose the
because those are
neutrals.
for chaos and law still. All right, go.
All right.
We're starting it now.
Evil,
So, lots of
evil,
evil. Good,
neutral,
good, good, good.
neutral,
Neutral,
evil.
neutral, evil. Good.
I'm not evil. I'm just misunderstood.
Neutral has
Neutral.
it now at this point.
All right,
Okay.
It was
so you're
very
lawful
close.
neutral.
Well, lawful
You're
neutral.
Okay, and
Now you're dead.
yeah, your deity or philosophy, because you could be green faith or like Tamashigo or some weird philosophy.
That's true.
So
All right.
let's see what we've got here.
Anti-Amanda.
Avatar.
All right, Abadar. No.
Abadar,
We're gonna give him a
Shallan, Gazra,
Gazra,
Dagon,
All right.
Cthulhu,
Nocticula.
Gazra.
You're
Cthulhu.
getting a lot of options here.
Wait,
Yeah.
Cthulhu is actually surprisingly. Oh no,
I think
Gazra got a
Can I
surge.
just?
Yeah.
What about the yellow
Wait,
sign?
Cthulhu got another surge.
Razmir.
All right, guys,
Jason's in
guys.
chat, apparently.
Cthulhu won.
All right.
Okay.
So you worship
I'm not
Cthulhu.
crazy. You're crazy.
You're lawful neutral.
To what degree worship Cthulhu is coming
Yes.
up to you?
You're not a
It sounds like
cleric
you
of
might have a few
Cthulhu. You're not a divine
misconceptions.
spellcaster. You may think that he's just a nice guy who's gonna wake up from under the sea and give everybody presents.
Yeah.
He'll
Yeah.
bring law and order.
Don't worry. I'll find a way to pervert this in my mind and totally make it valid. It'll be fine.
Cthulhu's the great lawbringer. The chaotic Proteans long ago put him to sleep so he could not bring law to reality.
They did point out you like octopi. So
I
That's true.
I do
Recognize.
actually. It's I have thalassophobia, and it's specifically because of octopi, and more specifically squids, like humbled squids. Those things terrify me.
Okay, there you go.
All right. So you're going to be working through some things.
Yeah, it'll be
in today's
fun.
game.
Work through some non-existent PTSD.
There you go. Yeah, get past your thalassophobia.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it'll be fine. It's I have it. The sharks on my team.
Is it thalassophobia or thassallophobia? Because thalassophobia might be fear of Thassalon.
I heard of
Which-
Thassalon before I actually heard the proper description of how to pronounce it. So
Fair enough. All right. So, let's see. we've actually managed to build a spellcasting class and actually pretty much pick a list for the first level spells ridiculously quickly.
Oh no, someone just made a really good tangent that I'm not going to be able to shake.
What?
Somebody said that I'm a squid kid because I'm a gnome, so...
Oh.
Okay, no, perfect.
Okay.
Squid kid now.
Yeah,
So,
no,
let's
it's
see, what
Splatoon.
else?
So not only does your hair change colors, but it's just a little rubbery looking.
Oh, look,
I haven't
look
designed
at
it,
the
yeah.
squid emoji.
Oh, that's not right. What is that? That's
Some kind of kraken.
amazing, actually. I'm mostly just
it's
impressed.
like 4 emojis combined into one. So, what we did for Amanda, because we also finished pretty quickly with hers, is to let her sort of extemporate about how this came to be. So, how did your sailor storm druid of Cthulhu come to be? Who he or she or they is or are?
Let's see. I'm a gnome, so I'm at least 400 years old at this point. So I've been traveling a long time. And I think I've just kind of, there's only really been one thing that stays constant when you're that old. And to keep yourself entertained, I think my character's just kind of slowly dropped into insanity. So I find I'm lawful, so I have to find weird, quirky, interesting ways to express myself. So I am basically trapped inside of my own mind, trying to create interesting ways of entertaining myself, and I found this awesome shark that thinks it's a shark. So you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and follow this shark, see how its story goes a little while, support it, and just see how much mayhem we can throw together. It'll be
Cthulhu
great.
would want.
Is the shark a harbinger of Cthulhu?
I don't know, honestly. This just seems fantastic. And you know, Cthulhu's ancient. What's that?
Let chat decide.
Oh no, yeah, okay.
Chat, do you does Eric's character find the shark to be a harbinger of Cthulhu that he respects, or maybe an enemy of Cthulhu? What is the significance of the shark? You guys get to pick. Trying to tame the shark.
Yeah.
Invisible friends. Anti-shark.
Oh.
Harbinger. Enemy. Blasphemy. Enemy. Harbinger.
Squids.
Harbinger. Okay.
Just think sharks are neat.
Avatar.
That's an
Harbinger. Sidekick.
I
Okay.
see, so
Harbinger. Sort of general, like that. It's connected in some way. Is what they picked. There were emissary. There's one. Yeah.
There's some type of Cthulhu connection there.
Yes.
Okay.
Someday we'll find it.
Maybe
Cthulhu connection.
Maybe I feel like oh no. I found this potential vessel for Cthulhu, right? Like this person seems very malleable. Maybe I can get them to commit to Cthulhu as well. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So there we go.
Yeah.
See if you can pick up some new followers.
This is
You
going
know
to be
what?
entertaining.
We have a few more minutes, like maybe. No, we have a few more minutes. Let's let chat give more cantrip suggestions. That's really the last thing you're gonna have to pick.
All right.
So we know about Electric Arc. What other cantrips do you guys think that this could? Now that we know that the druid worships Cthulhu, it might change what kind of cantrips that you want to put in.
All right,
So
here we
there's
go.
a suggestion right off the bat for Prestidigitation, Ray of Frost, Sigil.
You
Sigil.
leave little Cthulhu marks.
Yeah,
around.
little octopus.
That's
Great
true.
Water, Tanglefoot,
I feel like Tanglefoot, especially if it was just kind of like
tentacles.
Tentacles, yeah.
Prestidigitation, more, Read Aura, Light, Create Water,
I
Is telekinetic even a choice for
do
primal?
also like the idea of prestidigitation that I could just summon like glowing red over the goblin's eyes, so it just like looks
dancing
terrifying.
lights to attract deep sea fishes.
Hey. Yeah, I feel like Tanglefoot is very
Cool.
popular, so we'll go with that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Electric Arc and Tanglefoot so far are the recommendations.
And then Lou said, did someone say tentacles?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, someone did. A lot of
You're going to
people.
be saying tentacles a lot throughout this this adventure, probably.
This sounds like a good adventure.
We'll see if Jason ends up with any tentacle stuff in his
Yeah.
part, or if it's,
Oh, boy.
it's all on the player side.
I
It
like the
might
fact
be.
that I'm just like, my character's wild and kind of crazy, but then we have Cosmo playing as one of the
Yes.
characters
Yeah.
later, so I'm just
Also-
like, I'm not
Also,
going to
hold
be
on, Your
excited.
character's lawful neutral, though, too. So.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic.
Still a gnome, yeah.
Oh, did we decide weapons?
Did we decide on weapons? Well, your kit
got a
came
long
with
spear.
a long spear
Is there-
and some harpoons.
What
And
is-
you've got a lot
True.
of attack
What is the favorite
cantrips.
weapon of Cthulhu?
It's not in here. What is somebody
Insanity.
who has access to Pathfinder Wiki or something? Look up the favorite weapon of Cthulhu and tell us what it is.
Yeah. I have no idea whether anybody looked
Oh
it
wait,
up or if
yeah,
it's
Mark Moreland
making things
is here, so he must know.
up. That's true. A name. Someone
Squid-
has suggested Squidward. What are
Squidward.
some other names that might work
What's-
out for Eric's character?
All right,
Dagger.
dagger is of course it's a sacrificial dagger.
Okay.
So
it's-
add a dagger to what you have. Honestly, that's good anyway because it's a finessable melee weapon, and your long spear absolutely
We've got
is
the
not.
suggestions
It's
of
true.
Ahab, Squiggles.
Sigmund.
We're not going to do that one, Mark.
Okay.
was that Mark? Really,
Not
Mark?
you, other Mark.
Oh, other Mark.
Abdul
Okay.
Al-Hazred, Quint from Jaws.
Squiggles.
I assume Quint from
Squidella.
Jaws is the entire name. A lot of likes for Ahab.
Yeah.
Some Sigmund, SpongeBob, Squidson. Yeah, so you got
White.
Zoidberg.
Why not
Zoidberg.
Zoidberg?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So there
I'm
we go.
I'm feeling Ahab here.
Yeah, it's really starting to gel, this character.
Yeah.
Got some Zoidberg votes. We might have to slightly change it to not be copyright infringing. It's Zoidmerg,
Haberg,
Boydberg.
Ahaberg,
Harold Zoidberg,
Steve.
or just
People
Harold
know me.
because
Harold.
Harold Zoidberg. So
All right, Harold. We'll go with Harold. We'll go ahead and rock that one then.
all right.
All right.
There we go.
Harold, the unassuming
Captain
gnome.
Harold, by the way.
Okay.
Not actually a captain, but I demand to be called that because it's an eclectic gnome.
Captain Harold, the gnome follower of Cthulhu.
Actually, captain's my first name. So
Oh, okay.
Harold's his last name.
Harold's my last name. It's like one of those first name, last names things.
Gotcha.
Master of Storms.
I have a feeling you might need to correct people on that often.
Probably.
All right, so
Herald of Cthulhu. That's good.
did we? I'm forgetting now because there's been too many things. Because with Amanda, we later on in the stream we had extra time. We had her introduce herself more. We kind of gave some
We gave you a
introductory
starting
stuff about it.
Yeah.
We could introduce ourselves, I guess. We still haven't done that yet, and we have like 1 minute.
We're
before we have to
designers.
go. Yeah, we're designers. We
That's
made
it.
this game
Yeah.
that we're now building stuff for. That's basically all you need to know.
Yeah. And Eric did a lot of playtesting.
Yeah.
A lot of playtesting.
A lot of playtesting.
If there's something you like that's in the Paladin, then he might have come up with the idea to put that in.
Shield
Or-
Fighter too got a lot of.
Or just any of the other champion
was
abilities.
very yeah.
All right. Come up with
A
one
weird
weird item
item.
each character has with no monetary value.
That's a
Adam
suggestion
says.
from Adam Daigle, who is one of the employees here at Paizo, which means we don't have to listen to it like we would for anybody else in chat.
All right, you
But
guys
that
have
does seem
20
like a good
seconds.
idea.
Put in a weird item that is not
A
lightning rod. Lightning rod has been said before.
Bullhorn.
Bullhorn. I like it. Taxidermy tentacle.
Rubik's Cube.
Pineapple. Kazoo. Anchor. Seashell. Lightning rod again.
Ball and Cup. Yeah.
Goldfish.
All right,
Rubber
there are a
ducky.
lot
I
of
feel like
SpongeBob fans. in the
Lightning
audience.
rod is one of the few that has repeated. Oh no,
Actually-
Dried Tentacle has repeated.
I actually really like the idea that I keep a goldfish inside of like a potion bottle.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and someone said an octopus in a potion bottle too.
Oh yeah, okay. Well,
Little octopus.
I did have a fish in a bottle, but then I put the octopus in there, hoping they'd be friends. That didn't go too well.
Now there's
All
just
right,
an octopus.
there we go.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
What's Chad? Give us a name for this octopus.
Yeah, what's
Chad.
the name of the octopus? And then we're probably at a
Alright.
good point.
Yeah,
Come on, somebody needs to say
Like,
their.
we knew that the character creation system is fast and efficient, but it's actually faster than we expected. So,
All right, so I have this weird like little purple
Mama?
octopus. What do I name it?
Sucky, Octo, Karen, Squiggles, Billy,
Marina. That's
Marina is
a
not
lot
bad.
of, lot of inkies.
Squig-
Barnacle Johns.
Chauncey,
Barnacle Johns.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Taco.
Tucko, Oswald.
Octomom.
Yep.
Octomom. That's
All right,
All
so
right, we'll
pick
let
whatever you
Octo,
want. Now is the
yeah.
time that we need to switch
Okay.
out. So
Yeah.
I'll figure
all
out that
everyone
name.
say goodbye to Eric.
Yeah.
When you see him next, you'll
Goodbye.
know the name of his octopus.
Thanks
It's
for joining
true.
us, Eric.
yeah, absolutely anytime.
And good luck.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone, to 3 Action Game Night. I'm Mark Seifter,
I'm Logan Bonner.
and
And
here's
this
our
is our
newest
guest.
victim.
Hi, I'm Cosmo Isley.
Cosmo, tell them a little bit about what you do here and what your problems are.
I mostly just occupy a desk. I've got most people convinced that I sell Pathfinder, but no, I just take up space.
If Pathfinder is in your local game store, thank Cosmo for making sure it's
Right.
there.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So
Totally.
to remind everyone one more time, we're going to pick class first so that we can give Cosmo a handy-dandy character sheet of that class. If one of the classes that has already been chosen, Barbarian or Druid, is picked, we are going to absolutely ignore that and pick the runner-up. So do not vote for a Barbarian or Druid. Also, I think Cosmo has made it known on social media that he wants to be a clown bard. So we'll see if you give him that or something else.
No, clown bard.
With the class poll.
All right.
So type in the number of the class you want to win.
We have a vote for Bard.
Already,
just
even before we said,
just type the number into the chat.
Any number from 1 to 6.
That'll count as your vote.
Hopefully corresponding to the one that you actually.
Alchemist is destroying Bard now.
Oh no!
You're not going to get your clown bard.
How do you feel about being a clown chemist?
You know, I could do an alchemist. I mean, I can. What do they throwing bombs? I can throw bombs. You know, little cream pies of explosive quality.
Yeah. It says bomb, but it looks like a cream pie.
All right. I'm sorry, Cosmo. You're the first person on the show who has probably going to not get what they want. Because
looks like you're in danger.
It's really, really conclusively Alchemist unless Bard gets a major surge.
I don't know. I can enjoy. I can play an alchemist.
All
that
right.
could be fun.
All right, it's pretty obviously
Alchemist is gonna
Alchemist, but we were being asked to let the poll run longer, so we can let it run for a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
But I see no way that Alchemist
It's
could
coming
lose.
his way. All right. All right.
We're gonna.
So Cosmo, tell us a little bit about what your favorite things are about clowns. Why do you have this intense love
So
of clowns?
the thing that I love the most about clowns is that people hate them. it's entirely it. Like, I enjoy clowns because people are freaked out by clowns.
Well, it's Alchemist, just like we kind of figured it out.
Hooray!
All right, so we're gonna set that fact aside until we get to the point in the character where we actually build the Alchemist, because our next step is to go back to the normal order and pick Cosmo's Ancestry once we've handed over Cosmo his special sheet. So let's put up the Ancestry straw poll.
Yeah, this is a sheet for your formulas. And has places for you to put down your crafting feats and that kind of thing.
All right, let's figure out what kind of Alchemist
when we get to
Cosmo
that
is.
phase, we'll have some ideas of what you end up
Okay, what's going on here? Dwarf is ahead.
Dwarf is ahead. How do you feel about a dwarf clown? Are the clowning arts of the dwarves different from those of humans?
A dwarf. You know, I could do a dwarf. You know, dwarves are generally very wacky. I mean, yeah, I can do dwarf.
Okay.
Dwarf is in the lead.
Halfling and human have a fair number of votes also. This is one of the few times that there are 3 viable choices that are on a poll. We've almost never had that, where the dwarf is definitely a pretty significant minority.
Yeah.
But it also, oh wait, no, halfling took a surge.
Ooh.
Halfling could easily overtake dwarf now at this point.
And it's a dead heat between dwarves and halflings. Who's going to come in first? The human is the dark horse in the back.
Ahead now.
And halfling pulls ahead.
Did the other players who had already been here give you any spoilers about their characters?
No. We weren't watching the stream off camera at all. Like, no, that would be cheating.
Dwarf is taking back the lead. Okay, we definitely need to let this one run for a little while, folks, because
we're gonna let it hit the 2-minute mark, and then we're gonna call it whatever it
is. So if you're a halfling lover, you need to do something now. If you're a dwarf, you need to keep going up.
I don't know how many people are going to identify as a halfling lover, but if you are supporting halflings in this,
it's evidently they just want me to be a medium creature rather than a small creature.
All right. Dwarf takes it.
Dwarf has won. All right. So as a dwarf,
sitting back,
you've got dark vision.
As a dwarf, you're going to have 10 hit points from your ancestry, in addition to what you're going to get for your class.
Okay.
Your mediums, your speed's 20 feet. Your ability boosts, you're going to have Constitution and Wisdom. And then as you're an alchemist, we're going to put that free one into Intelligence.
Okay.
That's right.
And you're going to take a flaw to your Charisma.
All right.
So kind of, we were wondering what the polar opposite of a bard was going to be. Having a penalty to your charisma is going to make it tough. But we'll see what people give you in the later steps.
Maybe actually could potentially be very tough, because depending on what kind of alchemist he is, he still doesn't have any boosts in his secondary ability score. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. And so you're going to have dark vision. We'll let you cover the rest of this, your languages and everything in between sessions. But right now, Chad is going to choose your heritage.
All right.
That's
So
right.
these are the options. Ancient Blooded Dwarf, which lets you call on kind of your ancestors' resistance
Against magic.
to protect you against magic. Death Warden Dwarf, which lets you be better against necromancy.
Okay.
Forge Dwarf, which gets you some resistance against fire. Rock Dwarf, which is too far away for me to read.
Rock Dwarf basically makes it so you're sturdy on the ground and it's easy for you to avoid being like bowled over by stuff. And you can
Yeah.
move on rocks more easily. And Strong Blooded Dwarf, which gives you poison resistance and makes you really good against poison. So let's
All
see
right,
what we've got.
Start voting, folks.
They've started already.
Metal
There's
Dwarf.
Death Warden,
I like
Strong
Metal
Blooded,
Dwarf.
Sad Clown is not
Strong-blooded,
actually dwarf heritage.
Death Warden.
I think Strong Blooded is. We're getting
There's some forges.
Strong Blooded.
No, I think
has it.
Strong Blooded has it.
All right,
so you
you're
gain.
Strong Blooded. So you're going to
All
get
right.
poison resistance equal to half your level, so 1 right
Yep.
now. And if you succeed on a saving throw against poison, you reduce to recover from a poison. You reduce the stage by 2.
Which is really good if you ever get poisoned.
Basically, you get way better against poisons. So,
Sweet.
You'll also get a dwarf feat from the following 6 dwarf feats. Dwarven lore lets you know all about crafting, religion, and dwarves. Dwarven weapon familiarity gives you some traditional dwarven weapons that an alchemist might not have. Rock runner makes you pretty stable on moving along rock and stone. Stone cutting lets you find like hidden things that are hidden in the stone, but not the ocean. Unburdened iron lets you move comfortably in massive suits of armor, and when you're holding just a lot of stuff, and if you get encumbered by holding a lot of alchemy gear, then you don't slow down. And vengeful hatred makes you randomly hate a type of monster that you almost certainly won't face in this adventure, but maybe you will. So, what would people like him to take here?
all right. Looks like dwarven weapons are getting some early love.
There's a vengeful hatred, unburdened iron, unburdened
So everything's
iron.
pretty close right now.
Yeah, they're pretty close. Let's let them keep going for a little while. The weapons,
I think
hatred,
dwarf weapons
lore.
is taking it.
I don't know. There's a
Go
bunch
ahead.
of unburdened iron and vengeful here. Then there were a few dwarf weapons.
Dwarf weapons.
I think weapons got it.
All right.
Sorry, Cosmo.
So you've
Dwarven
got the
weapons.
dwarven weapon familiarity feat. So you're going to get access to all uncommon dwarf weapons. So we'll get to that when we get to the equipment step of this. And for your proficiency, martial dwarf weapons are simple weapons for you, which is probably the main thing we're going to be looking at when we get.
All right.
Cool.
So now that we've picked your ancestry, and you'll fill in some of the other stuff, let's see what random backgrounds we've randomed up here.
ABC,
All right.
baby.
So we're going to have a strange assortment of backgrounds. These are all selected randomly. So we're going to start the straw poll on those. Entertainer is on there, so there's still some small hope of some clowning. Artisan, detective. Remember, folks, just type the number in there, and that'll count as your vote on this straw poll. Scout, miner, merchant, laborer, field medic. What are you rooting for here?
Well, obviously, entertainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
clowns.
it speaks to you.
Right,
to your
right,
heart
right, yeah.
and
Oh.
your
Okay.
clownish heart, yeah.
Although, the merchant is always fun because I
Yeah.
do like to sell things.
Entertainer has like almost a 2/3 majority. There's,
Sure.
Yep.
there's
It's gonna
almost
be pretty
no
hard.
way.
If anybody wants to be an
Yeah.
entertainer. All right.
All right.
Okay, chat. We think it's going to be entertainer. So go ahead and tell us what kind of entertainer.
Yeah.
Come up with various types of entertainer. Who knows? There are all kinds of entertainers out there.
Yes.
And we'll go through some of the mechanical part of that while they're giving us their suggestions there. So you're going to get one ability
Clown,
boost to
clown,
dexterity.
mime, dancer,
And
comic,
your-
clown, pole dancer, juggler, clown, mime, juggler, mime, dancing, clown, mime, juggler.
How about we pick one?
All right.
What do you think, Cosmo? Mime? All right, you're a mime.
All right. Cosmo's a mime.
All right.
And now,
That'll
chat.
be interesting on stream. when
Let's.
you're not
We're
talking
giving
the entire time.
him int as the free boost, I guess, which
Yep,
means
I was
he-
just about to get to
Oh,
that. Yep. So you've got dexterity. We're going to give you intelligence for your free boost. You're trained in the performance skill. So trained in performance and in the theater lore skill.
and let's let chat decide between wisdom and constitution for the non-free boost. What do you think, chat? Wisdom or constitution? Either way, he's not going to get dexterity or strength, which is going to be...
Are we sure we don't want him to have intelligence?
Oh, no, but the free boost is intelligence,
Okay.
right? I'm having them pick the non-free boost like we did for every other person up till this point.
All right, and you're also going to have the
All
fascinating
right.
performance.
Con is ahead. So you got int already from the free boost, and you got con from the chat from the non-free boost.
Okay.
So you sure have a lot of hit points, but I'm not sure what you're gonna do once you've handed out your elixirs to people. So we're gonna have to figure that out.
That's why you got those dwarven weapons.
I could be, the hand out the elixir, or I could just be a bomber.
That's true.
You could with 10 dexterity at this point. So
yeah, it'll be awesome.
You'll just someone will get hit.
Well, it turns out that if you have high enough constitution, you don't need dexterity to deliver bombs.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes for you. All right. So since we chose the class Alchemist, you got an intelligence boost from that, but we're not going to do anything else with the class at this point, but this is when we normally would have chosen class. So give yourself an automatic intelligence boost. At this point, you should have 3.
One more of those.
Okay.
And now we're going to determine your last 4 ability scores. So we're going to spot you another intelligence there, so you'll have a 4th one in there.
Okay.
But now, chat, you're going to have to decide what are the other...
One at a time, please.
One at a time. Don't put your whole list. One at a time.
So we're going to be picking 3 that are not intelligence. So we got 1 vote for charisma.
I see dex, strength, con, dex.
Quite a bit of dex.
Strength,
it looks like
strength.
Dex is taking this
Dex
one.
and strength have it easily.
So let's say dex and strength. So now for the last one of your 4, anything that is not strength, dex, or intelligence.
Con, wisdom, or charisma, please. All right,
Charisma,
con, charisma, con,
Looks
charisma,
like,
con, charisma, con. It's
charisma.
like
Charisma
it's
has
equal. No, there are a lot of yeah, it's close.
Charisma or con? Up to you now, Cosmo.
You get to pick. No, a lot of cons came in later.
Yeah,
on.
I'm gonna have to go with con and just have a terrible charisma.
All right.
That's the funny part.
All right.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
now
I mean,
you got your
mine's-
ability scores all sorted.
Mimes are quiet, maybe because you didn't have very good charisma.
Because everybody loves mimes.
Oh yeah, just as much as they love clowns. Okay, so now we're gonna actually get to pick your class details. So,
All right.
wait, what are your final ability scores at the end there? So you wound up with what, 12 strength and dexterity?
So 12,
14 dexterity.
Oh, 14 dexterity. So you actually
12,
could throw some bombs.
14,
You're not gonna-
16 constitution,
16.
18 intelligence, 12 wisdom, and 8 charisma.
All right, there we go. So we're gonna have to figure out what's gonna happen to you now as an alchemist.
All right. And we're going to start you off
Okay.
with the basic things Alchemist Kit. Most of these
Okay.
are already filled out on your character sheet because this is the Alchemist sheet. But you've got 8 plus your Constitution modifier hit points, plus the ones you got from being a dwarf.
Yep.
So you're going to have 18 plus 3.
21 is actually pretty good for an
All right.
alchemist.
The
That's
beauty of being a dwarf.
yeah.
That's right.
You're trained in Perception, which is already marked on there. Your saving throws are Expert for Fortitude and Reflex, trained in Will. You're trained in the Crafting skill. That's already marked on there. And additional skills equal to 3 plus your Intelligence modifier. So you're going to have a pretty good number of skills.
7.
Sweet.
So 7. So we're not going to have chat choose all of those, but how about we have them pick 4 and then you'll cover
Yeah,
the rest.
just put
Okay,
some
yeah,
skills
yeah,
in
yeah.
here and we'll pick out up to 4 for Cosmo.
All right, so any skill
List any
apart
skill.
from crafting.
And performance,
And
which you got from
performance.
being an entertainer.
Right.
Oh, and Steve
Ooh.
Gads just gifted a bunch of subs.
Hey,
Thanks
thanks,
a
Steve.
lot, Steve. So I'm seeing
Thievery, Arcana, Medicine,
seeing-
Intimidation.
acrobatics,
Quite a few
medicine,
for medicine,
medicine,
so I think
medicine,
medicine's gonna be
medicine,
one of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
intimidation, medicine.
Ooh, intimidation. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. Mimes need acrobatics, a bunch of people said.
Okay.
And now there's not really that deception to hide. He's a
Diplomacy,
terrible mime.
occultism.
Deception, occultism, deception.
All right, so it sounds like Deception
Yeah.
is on there. So
There's
you're
more,
trained in
and
that.
then you can choose the other ones. Although occult is probably no, a lot of occult. So if you want to let them have a 5th one, you could take occult, and
So
then you
let's see,
get
I've
2
got-
of your own choice.
I've got medicine, acrobatics, deception, and what was the medicine, acrobatics, deception, and what was the
Occultism.
and occultism. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with people.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. All right. We're going for a ride. So
There
that
we
was
go.
4, and I get 3 more.
Yeah, you're gonna get to pick
Right.
the other ones.
Give me one more, Twitch. I need one more. Something cool. I see stealth, sentient swarms.
Hey, Statler,
Alright.
I didn't just throw in he's a terrible
go
mime.
for
Someone
stealth.
in chat
Alright.
said he's deception because he's a terrible mime. So yeah, there's stealth. Oh yeah, intimidation. Someone's reminding us that they picked it
intimidation.
already.
Okay, yeah.
So, but if you want stealth, then you'll only have one choice of your own. So
Intimidation and stealth. And what's that last one?
it's society. A bunch of people said society. So
And society.
that should be it. You should have a total
you're
of 9
full.
I'm
plus
good.
the
I'm
lore.
full. That's
Oh, you're
it.
full already?
Okay.
He has
you
9 plus
missed
the
one
lore?
somewhere in there, yeah.
Oh, okay.
All
Then
right.
he's full. All right. Well, there we have it. So
No, you do have one. Yeah.
you do have one more. Society was by far
Okay,
the next
society.
one.
And one more. Okay.
All right, that's
and
it.
society.
Great.
Bam.
And you're trained in simple weapons, alchemical bombs, and unarmed attacks, which are already on there.
That's right.
As well as light armor and unarmored defense, and your Alchemist class DC.
Yep, that's all covered already.
So now you're going to automatically get quick alchemy, advanced alchemy, and some infused reagents. You'll start with 5 each day, which lets you make either, you can either spend 1 to make 2 at the beginning of the day of a certain alchemical item, or 1 instantly with the quick alchemy action. You'll be able to look that up after the
Cool.
stream. The most important decision they have to make now is what your research field is. With 12 strength and 14 dexterity, your choices are Bomber, which specializes in throwing bombs, Chirurgeon, which specializes in making like healing and support items, and then Mutagenist, which makes bizarre transformations.
It's pretty
So it
obvious
looks
what Twitch
alright,
wants.
Looks like it's Chirurgeon.
Yeah,
all right.
looks like
So
the
there you go.
Paizo.com cabal has successfully.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, you know.
So where do I mark that?
Bomber.
Let's see. Where do I mark that down?
You can flip over the other side there
Ah,
and just your research field.
there it is.
There we
okay.
go.
I knew there was a slot for it.
Yep.
All right. So, what does his research field give him, Logan?
His research field is going to give you some first level mutagens. So you get with your starting mutagens there in your formula book, and you can write some of that on this
here we
formula
are.
sheet here. You'll get 2 first level mutagens. You also,
In addition to all your other formulas.
yeah, in addition to your other formulas, we'll probably let chat kind of pick some of your formulas here. So which mutagens would you like to see Cosmo use? And,
There's-
Yeah.
We'll shoot you to page.
Almost
Page
have it.
543 is the best
That's
place
right.
to find all those mutagens in one spot. They're in the list of elixirs. So if you go to 543, so
Yep.
your options are going to be a bestial mutagen, a cognitive mutagen, juggernaut mutagen, quicksilver mutagen, serene mutagen, silver tongue mutagen.
Yep. And he gets
I
2
believe-
of those to start.
Yeah. So
All
what
right,
folks
so
do?
I'm seeing
Bestial-
Juggernaut, Bestial, Bestial, Quicksilver, Bestial,
Best
Silver
mode.
Tongue, Bestial. Bestial has clearly won.
All right. So bestial's going to be
All right,
one
Juggernaut. I think Juggernaut took second, even though there's a fair number of Quicksilver and Silver Tongue. And Cosmo could take some of the other ones later
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
true.
But
Those are
these
just
are his
ones
free
you're
ones.
gonna
Yeah,
get
Juggernaut and
automatically.
Bestial are your starting ones. So Juggernaut will make someone really, really just have even more hit points and really good
Sweet.
fortitude. But they're you
A
can
real
be able to
human
manipulate their mind, and Bestial makes them like this beast with all sorts of attacks, but they're a little worse at their AC.
2 great tastes that taste great together, I'm sure.
All right, and then you'll be able to get a bunch more that you'll get to pick later on, and we might
Sweet.
even have chat pick depending on how it goes.
All
But let's pick your feet.
Feats don't fail me now.
Before you do your feat, did you just literally just make Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
I mean, that's
As a
what the
clown?
that's what the mutagenist is for.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, little
Doctor-
Dr. Jekyll.
If he
in
was
there.
a-
Dr.
if he was-
Jekyll
if he was a
and
mime.
Mr. Mime.
Yeah, and
Hyde.
Mr. Mime, because he's a Pokemon.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Mime.
All right.
I hope
So
you're proud of yourselves, chat.
there are 4 choices that we can give for Cosmo. The first one is Alchemical Familiar, where Cosmo's created some kind of alchemical life form that
Yeah.
follows him around and helps him out. Alchemical Savant is the second one, where he basically just knows what alchemical items are almost instantly, and he's really good at figuring it out. Far Lobber, where he throws bombs like 50% farther accurately, because he still can have bombs, even though he didn't get the bomber field. And then Quick Bomber, where he grabs and then throws the bomb as one action so that he can throw bombs more quickly.
I'm just going to go ahead
Let's see,
and
familiar,
write that one in.
familiar. Savant, familiar. A snake that's made of rope. I think that's familiar. All right, it's got to be
Looks like
familiar.
alchemical
It
familiar.
easily won.
They just want to name more things, so they're gonna give your
Yeah.
familiar a name at some point. down the
That's
road a
right.
little bit.
In
Yeah.
fact, what is the name of Cosmo's familiar? And you can vaguely suggest a shape, although they sometimes change around a little bit each time. Let's see,
Someone
names.
suggests a parrot.
Cthulhu.
Baguette.
Baguette.
Yeah.
Chatty.
Baguette.
Chatty. Mr. Hyde.
Lil Clowny.
Abu.
Yeah, Lil
Squirrel.
Clowny.
Clyde.
We're gonna let
Sharky.
you pick your favorite from this, but
Me-
you're
Sharky McSharkface.
Pagliacci.
Mime.
I
Hyde.
think Pagliacci.
Pagliacci.
Pagliacci is pretty
Okay,
much
yeah.
the winner.
Pagliacci's gotta
well
be.
done. I miss whoever said that, but yeah,
Okay.
nailed it.
There you
in
go.
one.
There's
Where
no
do we-
way Cosmo wasn't going to pick that.
Pagliacci.
Okay.
I mean,
All
that could have been the name of the character himself,
Oh,
but
but
we're
somebody
gonna
said Brad.
Brad.
All right.
Brad Pagliacci, attorney at law.
So let's take a look
Do we
at-
have a place on here for familiar?
Let's take a look at your...
You'll put that in your feats. So
Oh,
Yeah.
I
basically, just
It mostly just uses your statistics
Right.
for a lot of things, so it's easy to calculate. But you wind up picking familiar abilities that you can choose each
Yeah.
day.
and
Actually,
if we have time, we might go over.
if we have
some of
time,
the-
we'll have chat give you suggestions for one, but
Cool.
you can actually change them every day anyway, so it doesn't
Yep.
really matter. Let's get your gear. So if we take a look at the Alchemist Kit, which is here in the gear kit, it's going to give you a studded leather armor.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to give you a dagger and a sling with 20 bullets. It's going to give you Adventurer's Pack, which weighs 1 bulk, not 2. As we're saying each time, it's incorrect in the core rolls. It's going to give you Alchemist Tools.
Miss Tools.
And a bandolier to put them in so you can access them more easily.
Bandolier.
And you've got your book, your alchemy book, as well as 2 sets of caltrops and a sheath.
Ooh, caltrops. I love
Yep.
caltrops.
All right. So,
Did you say a sheath?
a sheath.
A sheath.
something, put your dagger in.
All right.
All right. So, let's give him a weird no-cost item like Adam Daigle suggested that he just randomly has in addition to everything else.
I missed it. What was it? Give this man a hammer.
So people said to make sure that
Cream
his
pie.
dagger is actually a clan dagger.
A red nose.
Dagger.
So make the
Clan.
dagger the clan dagger. Okay. Mime mask, snorkel, rubber red nose, face paint, makeup.
Mm.
You know, the snorkel
Yeah,
and
we could give
the
you a-
rubber nose
So
can be the
hold
same
on, let's
thing.
give you a disguise kit, which
Yeah,
would have
that'll
the
have all
red
your-
nose
all your
and the
makeup.
makeup.
Mhm.
We need to do that. That's actually a cost thing. So let's go with the
Yeah,
what
so
do we
that'll be
think?
something that you're
Yeah,
actually
what do we
paying
think?
for.
The snorkel for the random thing that doesn't matter that you just arbitrarily have, or
5x5
there's also a
pane of
teddy
glass.
bear that's on there.
The squirty flower. That sounds pretty
Squirty
good.
flower?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, but do we really want to let Yoda ate my head be the one to?
Oh, good point.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I
nah.
don't think I really want him.
Oh, somebody else said it now.
No,
Oh, okay.
multiple
Okay,
other
we're gonna
people
go
said
with Nick one. Nick one was D. All right.
Yeah.
Squirty flower. Okay.
There we go. Squirty flower. Okay. So we'll let Cosmo finish off the rest of his gear. Honestly, he can hold 6 bulk and 9 light, and he's going to be in that bounds, but he's not going to have a heck of a lot more after he's made his items, so we probably don't want a lot of really heavy things anyway. So there
Now-
are a few things that we still are going to have them pick, and then we'll go back
Okay.
and do some things with the familiar. Let's go into some of the finishing details.
Finishing details. All
We're
right.
going to pick alignment the same way we did last time. Give us lawful, neutral, or chaotic. If you say good or evil, we'll not only ignore it, we might ignore your whole thing.
Yeah.
So give us lawful, neutral, or chaotic. Go.
Yep.
CLCC. Lawful, chaotic, neutral, chaotic.
Yep.
Neutral.
Getting a lot of neutral.
Neutral. Neutral on the law of
Neutral.
chaos
All right,
axis.
neutral.
All right,
And
now
now stop giving us
those. Good, neutral, or evil. And we're going to wait until we see a good or evil to start counting the neutrals, because otherwise it will count the neutrals from before. All right, evil, good,
Evil.
evil, neutral, evil,
Yay!
neutral, evil. The,
That's your neutral evil.
the alignment of overall selfishness.
The alignment of all
Wonderful.
minds, honestly.
Okay,
This traditional-
neutral, evil. So
traditional
now that
mind
we've
alignment.
selected the full alignment, we're going to go for a deity or philosophy. It
Robogug.
doesn't have to be one of the
gotta
20
be
core.
Robogug.
It can be any
It's
deity
gotta
or
be
philosophy that is available in the Lost Omens campaign setting.
Robogug.
All right, so we have Razmir,
I'm sure-
Razmir, Norgorber, Urgathoa.
Where's my
Pharasma.
Rovagug?
You got
Rovagug's
one-
in there,
one
but it's
Rovagug.
barely. Norgorber and Razmir are way ahead of it.
Oh man, why
Norgorber,
choose
Razmir,
a lesser?
Norgorber, Whispering Way,
I'm seeing
Norgorber. The
less
Prophecies of Calistrate, Razmir, Norgorber, Razmir. I think Razmir has
Yep.
it.
Razmir?
Razmir.
All right.
Because they have a white mask. Look at this. They keep
Yeah.
spamming it like a mime.
Okay, that
The
works.
aesthetic is on point.
The
Yeah.
aesthetic is on
All
point.
hail the living God.
All hail the living God. So, let's quickly maybe give let chat give a suggestion or two of a familiar. What do you think?
Yeah, let's also while Mark's getting into that, let's start looking some suggestions for names for this character.
That's right.
What might Cosmo's mime be named? And this is one where you're going to get the final say.
Chad.
Your character could be named Zonkuthon. I'm just going to use the ones from the
Yeah.
deity suggestions. Like, well, I follow
Chad is
Razmir,
on
but
there.
my name
Chad
is Zonkuthon.
Razmir.
Chad Razmir.
All right.
What's up, Chad?
C. Razmir.
All right. So
Kramer.
Dr. Heckle.
I'm
Cosmo
on the
with a
list
Z.
of familiar abilities now. They are abilities like being amphibious,
Quiet.
so that his familiar would be able to go underwater. A burrower, climbing, damage avoidance, dark vision, moving faster, flying, talking to other weird animals. Lab assistant, which can use your quick alchemy action to make stuff for
Definitely
you.
doing lab assessment.
Manual dexterity, which it needs first before it can be a lab assistant. So that would be both of your options. Scent, because it smells. Speech, so it talks to you. Cantrip connection, which doesn't work for you. Extra reagents, where it grows an extra reagent on its back, so you would have 6 instead of 5 available. You don't have focus. Lifelink, where you can use your hit points to keep it alive. And that's
Those are
the only
my
ones that matter.
headphones.
What
He
are
doesn't
people
get
saying?
them.
They're saying amphibious, speech, mime monkey, which is assistant with hands, speech, since the mime itself cannot speak, and only the
Jackie
monkey,
Green.
only the assistant speaks. Amphibious, speech to talk for the mime, amphibious
Right.
in speech. Okay, I
sounds
think
like
it's
you got
amphibious in
speech,
speech.
yeah.
Sorry, but Cosmo, those are their suggestions. You can change it each day. So if you want a lab assistant on a day, you can do that.
What do you think? What kind of form do you think this amphibious talking creature might take?
You get to
What do you
decide.
shape it into
Yeah.
when you're?
It is basically a living thing. It's not a construct.
Oh
But
yeah. Well,
what does it look like?
it's
It's your choice.
probably
Sea monkey, we've got a suggestion.
Well, I think that. Wait, does it have to be amphibious?
They gave it an amphibious ability that
Oh.
day, but it doesn't have to always look amphibious. So
Right.
you can pick any shape
'Cause
you want.
I want
And
to say homunculus is pretty much.
so yeah, it's a homunculus.
It's a little homunculus
Little
who.
person.
And when
does
you
all
choose
of my
the
Does it
speaking
have a
for
little
him.
black and white striped shirt, or
Yeah.
is that just you?
and
No,
when
no.
you choose the amphibious ability, then it gains a swim speed on those
Yeah.
days only.
He's got a little pointy cap and a white shirt and big poofy things and gills.
Okay. So let's wrap up. We took about the right amount of time this time with
Mini
Cosmo.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to find out what happens with the rest of Cosmo's formulas, what happens with his homunculus and his mime, you got to tune in for the
Tune in.
adventure. We'll see Cosmo soon.
All right.
Thanks, Cosmo.
Hey, thanks, everybody.
Cosmo. You didn't get what you asked for at first, but you
That's
got
all right.
something really awesome.
That's all right. We got something great.
Welcome back, everyone, to 3 Action Game Night. I'm Mark Seifter,
I'm Logan Bonner.
and our latest victim/guest.
Hi, I'm Luis Loza. I'm one of the Pathfinder developers here.
All right.
Luis, do you have any hopes for this character? You're going to get the. This is the last character building session we're doing here before we bring Jason in a half hour to build his adventure. What are you hoping that you end up playing?
I don't really mind getting whatever chat throws at me. All I really want to do is something that's suitable for a funny voice.
All right.
So
Okay.
I can
Good luck.
do that
Funny
for
voice.
2 hours
You have
straight.
your orders. All right.
Okay.
So
Let's-
we're going to do a straw poll here. To the first thing we're going to pick is class, because we're using the class sheets that are going to kind of make it a little faster. to
Here we
through
go.
this. And all you need to do is put the number into chat, and that'll count as your vote. We've got Fighter, Champion, Barbarian, Cleric, Sorcerer, and Wizard.
Oh,
A reminder
boy.
that anything that's already been picked, we're not going to count, which means do
Barbarian.
not vote for Barbarian, because it's not going to count.
Yeah, that's the
for this.
only one that's already been picked from this
Yeah.
list. So just don't vote for Barbarian. Anything
I
else?
mean, a
You're
champion
good
having
with.
to deal with a neutral evil mime might be
Yeah.
pretty interesting.
I think that a champion having to deal with any of your other characters
That's
is going to be is going to be really
You're
interesting.
not going to have to worry about the hear no evil part, just the see and the speak. All right,
Okay.
Champion is
Champion
running
has a
strong
pretty
there.
good advantage. Sorcerer's on there too.
And if we do pick Champion, we're going to kind of pick your deity and
Yeah.
and your
We're-
thereby
and-
determine your code.
Great.
Yes, it'll be great. We'll wind up picking your deity first,
Mhm.
and then that'll determine the viable causes. Because I think That's easier than picking the cause and figuring out which deities allow it.
Maybe I'll try to redeem everyone in the party.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. That would be a good dynamic. You could be the responsible one, but we'll see because Sorcerer's creeping up there.
Yep, Sorcerer's coming up.
It easily
We're
could
gonna
go
let
either
the poll
way.
get about to the 2-minute mark, and then we're
Yeah.
gonna see where it's at that
Oh,
point.
Sorcerer took the lead for the first time. Champion's falling behind, so we'll
Wow.
see what that
All
does.
right.
Oh wait, no, Champion's moving.
Might take some pressure off you if you don't have to play the champion, but we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
what people think.
We'll see what dynamic people want to see
Yeah.
for the game. Honestly, whatever you guys want, I'm sure it'll be great.
Look at all these people. Wow.
Sorcerer takes it.
All right,
Wow.
Sorcerer.
You do
So,
not have to be a champion.
Boo.
But that doesn't mean you can't try to redeem everybody anyway.
Yeah, you
Just
could.
doing
You
it
might
as
wind
a
up being an
sorcerer.
angelic sorcerer.
Oh,
We're gonna
that's
find
true.
out.
Sorcering time.
Okay.
Sorcering time. Here's a sheet for your character details and your equipment, and here's one for your spells.
So we're gonna
Wow,
set
sweet.
aside the fact that we chose class early to get the right sheet, and we're gonna go back to the beginning. We don't know our concept. It's gonna come to us along the way. So let's choose an ancestry with our next poll.
All right,
Alright.
these are
All our
all our ancestries, and then after this, we're going to do backgrounds, and that's kind of a random list, so
Yep.
it'll be a little more peculiar there.
All right.
Alright,
So
Halfling's
Halfling
taking
takes an
early.
early lead
Halfling,
because you want to do a
Halfling.
funny voice.
That's true. We've got a couple ancestries that have good options for funny voices, but it looks like Halfling is pulling ahead there.
Wow. Pulling ahead is
Do you-
Yeah.
light.
Yeah,
What that's
no,
you know,
happening.
slight advantage.
No ancestry has ever had over 80% with this many
Yeah.
votes.
Do you play a lot of Halflings, Luis?
Yeah, my very first character in an RPG was a halfling.
Nice.
So
Oh wow.
This might be your last after this.
that could be
experience.
it. I will retire, having been scared away from the
Or
industry
maybe retire
forever.
on a high note. It's like I can't ever top this character that they made for me in the channel.
Sure, that seems equally likely.
While we're
Oh.
waiting for this to go out,
I think-
just a reminder to everyone that if you respond to Jason's tweets by telling him what's in here, you're gonna let him know information that he's supposed to not
Naughty,
know.
naughty.
So make sure not to tell him anything or tell him misinformation to go
Yeah,
with the
that's-
correct
that's also
information that he's already been getting just to confuse him. So I just want to remind you guys about that because
The
that
more confused he is, the
we've
better
heard
the
we've
game's
heard
gonna
that's been happening. We want him not to know what they're bringing. So okay,
be. All right, I think we're going to call it for Halfling.
yeah, Halfling's got it. It hasn't been 2
Halfling.
minutes, but there's no way.
I might
So,
think
for-
people want me to play a time halfling of all things.
One of the halflings who came back from Thassalon,
Youth Aslan, yeah.
but we don't have that. Well, actually, they're not going to pick your ethnicity, so
it's
you
just
can
flavor, yeah.
you can
So,
be the time
We're
halfling.
gonna run down kind of the basics of the halfling. So you're gonna have 6 hit points from your ancestry. You're
Mhm.
small, speed of 25 feet. For your ability boosts, you're gonna get dexterity and wisdom automatically. We're gonna go ahead and give you charisma since you're a sorcerer. That's gonna be your
Perfect.
third pick.
Mhm.
And you're gonna take
Flaw.
a penalty to your strength, so you're getting a
Who needs
flaw for
it?
that.
Nah.
Yeah, you
Boo.
probably won't need it. If you're a champion, that might be a little
Yeah.
more of a problem. We'll let you do the languages and the keen eyes and everything later.
Yep.
In between.
Mhm.
In between finishing your
Right.
character and starting.
So
the
you're gonna
session.
pick a heritage. We're gonna have Chad do that. The 5 choices are gutsy, which is really good against fear and emotions overall. Hillock halfling, which loves eating snacks and can get hit points back from that. Nomadic halflings who are amazing with languages.
Mhm.
Twilight halflings who have low light vision, and the Wildwood halflings that can basically go through the woods really, really well if we wind up with woods, which they will again be voting for later on.
Yeah.
All right.
So
tell
let's
us
see what we've got. We see a lot of Hillock, 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 Twilight, Hillock, Twilight, Twilight,
People
Twilight,
want-
Twilight, Twilight, Hillocks,
People want a snack
Hillock,
lane.
Hillock, Hillock, Wildwood, Twilight, Twilight. Ooh, it's really between Twilight and Hillock.
Somebody said Hillock with a bunch of extra I's and O's, which does count as 1.25.
Twilight,
Hillock.
Twilight, Hillock, Hillock.
Twilight's taking
Yeah,
it.
Twilight took
Oh.
it right there. We got 6 in a row.
Yeah,
It was so
just
close.
barely.
Wow,
So,
okay.
So
Twilight
you get low
halfling.
light vision, and you've got keen vision. So you're really visual.
Yeah.
All right.
Gonna look at
I
everything.
see.
So now halflings have a very large number of feats that you might be able to choose from. Distracting shadows, which lets you sort of hide behind medium-sized party members.
Mhm.
Halfling lore to know about acrobatics, stealth, and other halfling topics. Halfling luck to once a day when you fail a check or a skill check or saving throw, get a reroll. Halfling weapon familiarity to work well with halfling traditional weapons. Sure feet makes you good at balancing and climbing. Titan slinger, you're great with slings against big things. Unfettered halfling, basically you hate slavery so much that it's hard for you to be pinned down. And watchful halfling, which is really good at noticing when someone's acting sketchy, possibly because they're possessed.
Which you might need against the rest of your party.
Yeah, that's very true.
Right, so
All
what
right,
do
so
people
let's see
wanna
what we see. We see Striking Shadows, watchful, unfettered, lucky, watchful, luck, Titan Slinger, unfettered,
Luck.
watchful,
luck.
luck,
Are
luck,
pretty-
luck,
pretty
luck,
close.
luck.
Slinger, watchful, luck, watchful, luck.
Getting a lot of split
All right.
votes here, Luis.
After Luis started chanting luck took it barely. So he
Lucky.
influenced
All right.
he put
So we
his
have
finger
halfling
on the scale and he
All
influenced
right,
it a
so
little
drop
bit.
that under your first level halfling.
Halflings just have a lot of good options for their feats.
Yep.
People underestimate those guys.
Now that we've got the ancestry sorted, we're going to go into the backgrounds.
Let's see
So
what
here's
random
our
backgrounds are left.
Random assortment of backgrounds that we predetermined for the poll. This is going to be another straw poll. So again, just put the number
Yep,
into chat,
1
and
through
that's
8.
going to count as your vote.
All right.
Emissary is going to.
That's an interesting one.
One vote.
One
Yep.
vote.
Well, we actually
Oh,
can't
2
see the
people
number of
voting
votes
poll
for
now.
backgrounds because it's a little bit longer, but
All right.
here we go. We're off to the races.
Barkeep and the gladiator are fighting.
No one wants acrobats.
That's right.
No acrobats.
We've got enough circus folk so
Yeah,
far.
trust me.
Barkeep.
Barkeep seems to be
Wow,
doing pretty
look at
well here.
It's
And
fun.
It does have charisma as one of its
It's really
options.
funny because Jason's like, it can be zany, but it shouldn't be too zany. And it's going to be too zany. It's going to
Oh.
be great.
Wow.
He can make his adventure not too zany.
That's
the
right.
characters are automatically going to be pretty zany.
That
All
was
I think we're going to go ahead and call it for Barkeep.
Barkeep.
So go ahead and write that down, and then you're going to get a boost to your charisma.
Of
And
course.
then chat, tell us which other stat you want to get boosted from
Yep.
the background.
You get to pick anything that's not charisma this time because we actually picked one of the two from the limited list.
So anything but charisma? You're seeing Dex, Con, Shaw, Strength.
Can't pick Jaw again.
There's a
Con,
lot of
Con,
options.
Dex, Dex,
A lot of
Dex, Dex,
Dex,
Dex,
Dex,
Dex.
All right, we're gonna call it
It's
for
Dex.
Dex.
It's Dex.
All right. And
All
then for the rest of the stuff you get from being a barkeep, you're going to be trained in diplomacy and the alcohol lore skill. And you get the hobnobber skill feat, and there's a spot on there
Hobnobber.
under skill feats
Hobnobber.
for background.
All right. So at this point is when we normally would have chosen Sorcerer. So just give yourself a charisma boost, and we're going to do nothing else with the class at this moment.
Yep.
Because now we get to put in your final ability scores. We're going to
Free
spot.
boosts.
We're going to spot you charisma again, and we're going to let the chat please
kind
one at
of
a
you.
time put any ability score except charisma one at a time, and we're going to pick the 3 free boosts from this. All right, here we go. Starting with Author's Dale.
Strength.
All right, so Strength, Wisdom, Dex, Con, Int, Con, Dex, Dex,
Got a
Dex,
Dex?
Dex,
All right.
Dex.
We're going to
Dex
call
and-
Dex as one.
Dex and Con are high on here, so please stop voting for Dex and Con and
more.
start voting
It looks
for
like I think Strength has the third pretty handily. So
Oh,
Dex,
okay.
Con, and Strength.
Dex, Con, and Strength. There you have it.
Perfect. No negatives.
No negatives. So it should end you up with what? 10 Strength.
16
16
dex,
dex.
12 con, 10 intelligence, 12 wisdom, and 18 charisma.
charisma.
Oh yeah.
And one of the reasons we picked Luis here for the last slot was because he's probably played the game more than any other players today. So we knew that even though he's not going to have as much time to get his character ready, he's going to be able to do it in that shorter interval.
Yep.
Can take on the
Cosmo's
challenge.
run an
Yeah.
infinite number of sales demos, and
Right.
and Luis has played more different characters.
Yep.
All right, so now we're going to be able to go into the details of Sorcerer and
Yep.
really figure out why everyone in chat picked Sorcerer, because
Right.
I'm sure they had something in mind.
And we're going to go ahead and start with your basics. So you have 6 plus your Constitution modifier hit points, plus
Plus
the
my
hit points you
6.
got from Halfling.
13 hit points. Lucky halfling,
Yeah.
indeed.
And most of these are already marked. You're trained in Perception, Fortitude, and Reflex. You're an expert in Will. You're trained in a skill that's going to be picked by your Bloodline. So we're going to wait on skills until we pick that Bloodline, and then we'll
That's
choose
right.
them all after that. You're trained in Simple Weapons, Unarmed Attacks, and Unarmored Defense. And you're going to be trained in your spells, which are on the spells sheet. that
And
you
that's
got there.
also a tradition that also was depending on your bloodline.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to go into bloodlines just
Bloodline's gonna
to
tell us a
remind
lot.
people. The choices are aberrant, where it comes from aberrations, or strange beings. Angelic, coming from angels. Demonic, coming from demons. Diabolic comes from devils. Draconic comes from dragons, and we'll have another choice to make. Elemental comes from elementals or genies, and we have another choice to make. Fae comes from, of course, the fair folk. Hag comes from hags. Imperial comes from ancient magic users, arcane magic users that were actually halflings. And then undead comes from the undead.
And we're going to start the voting now, so all the aberrants you already said don't count, so you have to say it again.
Okay. Aberrant, angelic, aberrant,
Aberrant.
angelic,
hag.
elemental hag, aberrant, undead,
Aberrant.
aberrant.
Are you seeing any leaders here?
I think aberrant has it.
Everyone.
That is what
Everyone
we
wants-
kind of knew
All
that
right.
they were going
Elemental,
for
of
aberrant
course.
sorcerer.
So, as you're aberrant, you are going to be using the occult spell list.
Cool.
And you're trained in the occultism skill. That's your bloodline skill.
Mhm.
And we'll come back and do
and
the...
also intimidation is a bloodline skill.
Ooh.
Actually, a lot of these characters have occultism and intimidation,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
And we're going to go ahead and just pause for a second to do your skills before we move on to
That's
your
right.
spells and everything. So it's going to be 2 more plus your intelligence modifier.
So I get 2 more.
Two
So
more.
what
give us some
did Barkeeper
suggestions.
give him already?
I have alcohol.
lore and
But what's
diplomacy.
the element? Okay, so he has diplomacy, intimidation, and occultism. So give us 2 more skills.
Maybe.
All right, medicine, arcana, deception. People are all giving the wrong name for deception, but deception, medicine, acrobatics.
Well, I guess
medicine.
it cures what ails
So
you.
medicine's going to be one of them.
Medicine's one of
And
them, and
more?
arcana is pretty high on the other people.
got
Oh, but we got some
some
deceptions
deception, some
and
thievery.
thievery in there.
I think
No,
deception
deception
is
took
taken-
over
yeah.
from arcana.
All right.
Okay.
So deception will be your last skill there.
Charisma.
All right. There you go. Charisma for the win. So now that we've picked that, pretty much a lot of the stuff just happens automatically from the Aberrant Bloodline, and you also get the Spider Sting and Daze spells. But this is gonna be a fun one
Yeah.
because
Let's do the feat and then we'll go back into all the spells.
Yep.
After that.
let's figure it out. There's 5 possible options.
All right. So your options for your first level feat are counterspell.
Do I get
so,
a first level feat as a sorcerer?
Wait, no, you don't.
No,
That's
you
why
don't.
I was
That's right.
about to go to spells.
Sorry about that.
You're not a human. You don't get a first level feat.
No.
But what you do get is the feat equivalent benefit, Tentacular Limbs.
Tentacular limbs. All right.
Which is a bloodline power. So we've got a lot of
And if you look at your spell sheet, there's a spot for those on there as well.
first level occult spells. I'd like you guys to turn to page 311 and 312 of your core rulebook, which is where the first level occult spells can be found.
And for picking those, also keep in mind you've got blood magic, which is your blood magic for being aberrant causes aberrant whispers to shield your one target's mind or your own, giving a +2 status bonus to will saving throws for 1 round.
So that's gonna help. That's gonna make your will saves really high if you cast your bloodline spells, which is the Tentacular Limbs or Spider Stinger Daze. You'll get some bonuses when you do that. So we also are gonna give him. Is it 3 additional spells that he knows, or is it 2? Let me see. No, 2. 2 additional plus the Spider Sting. So we're gonna have to pick 2 first level occult spells. Let's see what we see. We have Grim Tendrils, Soothe, Sleep, Tendrils, Soothe,
Soothing
Tendrils. Okay, Soothe and Tendrils.
How about smooth spell?
Smooth Tendrils? I think
That's a Santana spell. You have to be specialized.
Soothe and Tendrils have
Rob Thomas.
have majorly won, which let's be honest, that's probably pretty good to have because it's an attack and it's a healing.
What about some cantrips?
Well, you've got Daze already.
Mhm.
So you get an additional. Is it an additional 4? Yes. So yeah, give her some cantrips, occult cantrips on page
Chill
311.
Touch,
Chill
Ghost
touch, ghost sound.
Shield.
We got some
Oh yeah,
sounds.
Daze doesn't actually trigger the blood magic because you have to use an actual spell slot.
Yeah.
That's a good point. So we've got chill touch. We've got.
I saw ghost sound a bunch.
I saw
I'm gonna
ghost
write
sound
that
a
down.
bunch.
Ghost sound has
I
quite
see
a few.
shield on there a lot too.
I'm gonna write both of those down.
Shield is on there a lot, and then there's a mix.
You might want to take detect magic.
What?
Yeah.
Who cares about that?
So
Okay, fair
they've
enough.
picked shield, I think, and I'm gonna let Luis pick the last one himself.
So I have.
You've got 2 more.
Oh,
Days, Ghost Sound, Shield.
okay, yeah, you got 2 more
Got quite a few votes.
There's a lot of-
Chill Touch.
for chill touch
Tele-
and TK projectile.
telekinetic projectile. I'm gonna go with that
All right,
because I like to attack things.
and then you'll have one more that we can let Luis take afterwards.
Secret
just to
spell.
round himself out. It's a secret you'll have to watch to figure out what he wound up taking. All right, so we've got his spells, and since he doesn't have a feat, we don't have to worry about that. So the next thing would
Gear.
be his gear. We're gonna start you with the Sorcerer Kit because we are
Sorcerer's
starting everybody with their kit.
gear.
So the Sorcerer Kit is gonna give you a dagger, and a sling with 20 sling bullets. Hey, for a halfling. Plus an adventurer's pack, which again is 1 bulk, not 2, even though it says 2 in the core rulebook. A bandolier in case you want to have some kind of kit in there. 2 sets of caltrops and a sheath for that dagger.
Right. And then as we've been doing with everybody else, let's put some stuff in that bandolier. So give us one like skill kit kind of thing that's in here, and then one just like random weird object, and we'll we'll
a random
put
weird
things
no
in there.
cost object that was suggested by Adam Daigle. So let's see. Bar spoon.
Cookware is might be a bit. I mean, you are a halfling, so a radish.
Healing kit, healing kit, healing kit,
A
healing
single
kit,
radish,
healing kit,
right?
med kit. There's a lot for healing
There's
kit.
a lot for healing kit. You're
Healing
not
kit.
trained in. You are.
I'm trained in medicine.
Yeah, so healing kit.
That's a good.
Yeah, healer's tools. That's 5 gold
Dried
pieces,
squid
but you have
snacks,
plenty
so
for
you got
that.
a
So
drink
now,
shaker,
now let's pick the weird
A
thing.
beer helmet. How about a monocle?
The weird thing, Eldritch
Golden
Tome,
scarf.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll let you kind of look through those.
fancy
and
utensils,
find something
shrunken
you like.
head but tentacle,
Get a
lantern
Mander
shaped like
plushie.
a pumpkin. Get a
So
vendor plushie.
Mark Moreland is cross-branding in chat.
Cthulhu doll, Eldritch
Rocks,
Tome,
glass,
squid
shrunken
ink.
head, violet. Salt and pepper shakers. I think I will go. You know what? I'm gonna take that oversized top hat.
Oh,
Oversized top hat. Okay, there
quite
you go.
fetching.
So a
Is it-
human
is it
top hat.
human-sized? Okay, yeah.
Okay, so as we've done before, we're gonna figure out the alignment.
Just
So
bring it over your
start with
eyes,
chaotic,
slash.
neutral, or lawful. Don't give good or evil. Just chaotic, neutral, or lawful. So send in chaotic, neutral, or lawful. Lawful,
Some lawful,
chaotic,
some
lawful,
neutrals.
neutral, neutral, chaotic, lawful, chaotic, lawful, neutral,
Neutral's
neutral,
ahead
neutral,
right now, it looks
neutral,
like.
neutral, neutral has it.
Neutral.
I think I know
Now-
what
now-
chat's plan
Now
is.
stop talking
Stop
about
that and
It's
do
time to talk
good,
about-
neutral,
yeah.
or evil.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to wait for the season L's to stop to be able to count the ends. All right, here we go. Here they are. Good, 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 good,
I knew
good,
it.
good, 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 good. You're neutral good.
I
So
saw,
you are the redeemer after all, but you're a very tentacular redeemer.
I saw them scheming.
Oh, they were scheming?
Yes, before I got on.
Oh, okay.
And how about a deity?
Yes, a
Or-
deity or
or belief
philosophy
system.
or anything to fit into that slot.
Give me
Does
an-
not have to be from the core rulebook.
Something compatible with neutral good. would
the
be
Imperial
nice.
Lord of
Yeah, so
Booze.
we have Caden because he's a
Shellen.
bartender, Shellen,
Hoster,
Hoster,
maybe not.
Ravagud,
That might
Shellen,
be a little odd
Sarenrae,
for neutral good.
Nyarlathotep, Calistria, Nethys, Caden,
Sarenrae.
Sarenrae,
Caden,
Caden, Caden
Caden's
took over.
Got it.
Caden's got it.
My
You've
boy
got alcohol lore,
Caden.
so
You've got alcohol lore. So let's see. Luis, can you tell us a little bit about how this bartender with an aberrant bloodline came to be?
And as Luis is telling the story, start giving some suggestions for the name of this character.
Yes.
That Luis can.
And you can
pick
even
from.
start putting them up
I'm a
as Luis is
sensible
telling this
character.
story.
Well, the aberrant bloodline seems to draw a lot of people to my bar, which is really great for
Oh.
business. But a lot of them don't seem to leave, and I'm stuck with this mime and this goblin and the gnome that showed up, and no one wants to leave, and I'm trying to kick them out of the bar. But eventually, they won me over, and I think we're.
Where is your bar? Is it a tavern on the road? Is it on the dock side of a major town?
It's wherever good times are had.
Okay. you
No, I think probably
Mobile tavern.
Mobile
That
tavern.
seems like a very halfling thing to.
Yes.
business
All right.
plan.
Yep. That's it.
Rolo Stink Eye. We got Jorge the Grand,
All right.
Phineas Philpot,
Jorge, traditional.
There we go.
halfling.
Cherry, and all
Cherry,
caps.
Forty,
I assume
Lily,
that must be in all
Coots.
caps. Coots.
Ravello,
Cosmo.
Archie.
Hey, barkeep.
The tavern was in
Cosmo.
Hearts Island. I'm gonna pretend that's a-
Cosmo does kind of sound like it could
In-mouth.
be a fantasy character.
Jerry the
Sometimes
Large. Let's. I'm gonna pick a name, and then I want.
Yeah.
Maybe like a common nickname people.
Okay.
give
Yeah,
me.
that's good too.
So-
And also, if we finish a little bit early for this slot, Jason begged us to give him a little bit of extra time for his on the last character, but we're not going to do that. We're going to give you a summary of what the 4 characters are. If we finish completely with Luis's character, to make sure that Jason does not get that extra time that he has really begged. He's like, if you could
That's
finish
right.
the last one early, I could get a few extra minutes.
If you want to be generous to Jason, you can give him that extra time.
Well, I don't know.
That's
but
depending how
Hayden-
nice you
Hayden,
wanna be.
You suggested that
Chat-
we give the
Chat, do
summary.
we want to be generous to Jason or
Yeah.
not? Say yes
Do
or
we
no.
want to give Jason the extra minutes? Say yes to give Jason the extra minutes, or no to give him not the extra minutes?
No, yes.
No. Okay.
No extra time for Jason.
All right,
Okay.
so I have the name Poots written down.
Poots.
Poots.
So I
okay.
need like a nickname.
A nickname for
Unless
Poots.
Poots is the nickname.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the name that goes
the
with Poots?
pockmarked.
Poots the pockmarked.
Poots Barkeep.
Poots poo.
Scoots Poots.
Poots Poots. Barkeep is just the nickname. A lot of people are saying Barkeep. Partridge, Punt
Chrysanthemum,
Dr.
Gummery,
Poots.
Cosmo for the nickname.
belly flop. I don't.
Loosh. Tamog.
Razmir.
Nebuchadnezzar.
You don't have.
Razmir as the nickname.
You know what? That's just Poots is my last name, and everyone knows me as Barkeep Poots
Barkeep
Alright.
Poots. Okay.
or Poots. for-
Okay.
All right.
There we go.
So yeah, I think we will take a little bit of time here.
Yeah, we're
thank
gonna
you, Luis.
summarize the
I think We're going
characters.
to talk about all the characters here a little bit. You're going to be meeting all of them soon.
Yes.
So
And
Wow.
you apparently have been secretly watching their creations. So
Well, I was here for one of them. At
yeah,
least,
that's
so.
true. So let's go from the beginning to the end. So we have Amanda's Shark Goblin Barbarian,
Mhm.
who believes that she is a shark.
Mhm.
She is absolutely is a shark. Wears shark skin, has like travels around, and let's see what was her background before she was a shark. She
Yeah,
was,
what
oh,
was her
she's a
background?
charlatan. She's a sharklatan. She tells everyone she's a shark, and
Sure.
you believe it because she's a charlatan.
Yep.
Then our second character is Eric Keith's character,
Mhm.
which was
He's a druid.
He's a druid. He's a gnome druid
Mhm.
that changes colors,
Yep.
and he is lawful neutral but worships Cthulhu and is
Yep,
a storm
Sure
druid.
does.
And somehow that happened.
And then we had Cosmo's character.
Yep, which was just
who is
on.
the alchemist, who is
A
a
mime.
mime. Kind
Yeah,
of.
he's a
Yeah.
mime out.
There's
He's a
no way to
mime
put it
out
gently, he's a mime.
mutagenous mime with a
Pet
his little
homunculus.
pet homunculus friend who can talk. And then finally, we just made, as you could see,
Barkeep
a
Poots.
Poots.
barkeep Poots. He can stretch his
It's
arm
really-
down to give you the drink at the end of the bar. With his tentacular limbs ability, at least
Make
every
limbs
10
all sweet.
minutes.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah, thank
All
you,
right.
Luis.
Thank you.
And
Thank
you,
pretty
chat.
soon we're going to give you the opportunity to ruin Jason Bowman's day.
Yep,
Because he's going to be in here to design the next adventure.
that's right. And it looks like we're going to give Jason no extra time, but that still means we're going to actually let him come in very soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. For now.